Joseph, actually.
What is up, Friday Nighters? Welcome back to another edition of Just Another Friday Night. It is, in fact, Friday night. I am one of your two hosts, I'm Chuck, and the man across from me, as always, especially, I don't know if we're saying...
Yeah, let's say it. Yeah.
So, today is this man's 35th birthday. Happy birthday! Cheers, 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 cheers! All right, now, the biggest collection of deviants we've had, I think, thus far, Double A. So, going around the room, coming back for his second time since the NBA episode. Boy is in the house. Jack, for now, like your fourth appearance, I think.
Fourth time, yeah.
Jack is here, making his first appearance, but many times mentioned. Will the Thrill, Will is here. This is Boy and Will's middle brother, unseen until today. And to his left is Ray. We talked about Ray previous time in the Razor Ramon episode. We often call Ray Razor. Gentlemen, how is everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Doing just great.
We're doing good, Cotton.
Good, because I'm going to let y'all do the heavy lifting while I get fucked up.
All right. That's the way it goes.
Rizzo's in the house. He says, what's up?
What's up, Rizzo? I don't know who that is, but thank you very much.
Facebook user joining us via the Friday Night Faithful group says, happy birthday, Cat. They must know you because they're calling you by that name, so yeah.
There you go, Cat.
Rizzo quickly out there with the who dat. So we got Saints fans in our midst.
There we
also,
go.
my girlfriend's youngest son, Jeremy, is a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Jeremy!
Who that always loses?
Jeremy, why you calling yourself Rizzo? Yeah, so today's my birthday, and I wanted a really, really big celebration today. So today we're going to be talking about, I know before we get into our entertainment, but today we're going to be talking about the great NFL franchises. So that's what's going to be our topic.
Absolutely.
Real quick, guys, while we're on that, before we get on that right now, had a little something to make it even more.
Jack got something.
I actually had a little something for Double A too, but forgot it in my rush out of the house.
So, Double A, this is from me.
All right,
for your birthday. You like the way I wrap it in just a Target bag?
Oh, there you go. Nothing beats a good birthday party where you just get right to the gifts, right? Cut to the chase of this.
The battle of the bags, the pinheads.
Open it up, Double A. For those of you watching us, you can see here, there's Marty McFly with the guitar. That's
McFly!
Yeah, the lead singer of the Pinheads.
That's right.
Let me check that. These figures have great...
There you go, Kent.
All right, another one. This is from his brother, Boy.
NECA. These guys do great figures.
Oh, yeah. Check this out.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of football, there it is.
Replica of 5 rings from the Cowboys.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
I'm posting that so you can get a better shot.
But we all got ours too. We all got ours too, our Super Bowl, so we could put one on for tonight.
All right.
Cowboys, Super Bowl rings, 49ers, Redskins, Giants.
A lot of rings here.
No.
So, I don't have
Can't pick one.
Yeah, Double A.
We're all going to wear one.
Okay.
Well, the Bills don't have any rings.
That's right.
4 AFC titles in a row, all right?
Damn. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So, Will, which one are you putting on, Gent?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Steve in the house. Steve says, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
El Chapo.
Appreciate you being here, Steve.
Oh, yes.
I think...
Thank you, Roxanne. Appreciate it.
Roxanne. I even bought one for El Chapo.
There you go. Hey, that's why his jersey. I have to put on the pinky.
Jason in the house says, what's up, bros? Facebook user joining us on Facebook says, Lamar Jackson is the GOAT.
Do you know who that is?
Lamar Jackson fan. There we go. All right.
She goes, what's up, Will and Chuck?
Audrey. Hey, what's up, Audrey?
Audrey.
Yeah, you remember Miss Audrey?
John.
Work from
John.
America. What is up, Audrey? We appreciate you being here. Holtzy Bear in the house.
Which one you putting,
Happy
Ken?
birthday, Cat. You're going to have to read for me, Adam, as I can't.
Well, mine don't fit, but I put mine on my pinky.
From this distance, yeah.
I think I'm
pinky ring.
I think I'm going to wear this one because this is when the 49ers, the catch. So this is for Super Bowl. Thanks for losing in the NFC Championship game. So
somebody said America's team.
And right before that, it says 49ers are a poverty franchise.
Hey.
Who says that? Who is that? Who's Facebook user?
I don't know. Reveal yourself.
You don't even have a damn name, Facebook user. What the hell? You're not gonna create a player.
Man, it's a bot.
We missed the comment here. Lamar Jackson is the GOAT.
Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
Baltimore?
Ravens fan?
Maybe after for 10 more years,
Yeah,
buddy.
put more years on that one.
Hey,
Let's
John
see
in the
how he
house.
goes.
He said go Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Holty Bears says go Dolphins.
Hey,
His
legendary-
His favorite kicker,
Legendary
Ray Finkel.
franchise.
Yeah, Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel.
That's right, yeah.
The Dolphins.
That's right.
His awful win in the boys season 1.
Okay, guys. So if you don't know, me and Ray, we represent the Dallas Cowboys. That's our team. Boy back here, Washington Redskin. Jack right here, San Francisco 49ers.
The 40 Thieves.
Will, the Giants.
The Giants.
CM, New England. And we
Well,
got,
let's be fair.
Very Madden.
and we got a lot of
Madden.
friends. John here. John is a Dolphin fan. Our other good friend Adam, he represents the Green Bay. He's not here with us, but he represents Green Bay.
That's right. That's right.
We have, who else do we have?
What about y'all's cousin, the great Tony, the great
Tony?
Viking?
Oh, yeah, Viking.
Minnesota Viking. So
Albert represents all 32 NFL teams.
There you go. That's Albert.
Well, shout out for Flunko. He's a Raiders.
Oh, yeah, that's
There you
right.
go.
Raiders.
Raider fan.
Jessica's oldest son, Julian, a Falcons fan.
Falcon.
And
Yeah,
like I said,
random.
youngest-
That one random.
youngest
So
is the
even
Saints
though,
fan.
you know, we're all related or, you know,
We all have
family,
different ones.
we all have different franchises here.
Yeah.
The only thing we agree on in sports is your hat and Ray's jersey.
Yep.
And basketball for the Spurs.
Spurs,
And then
that's
that-
it.
By the way, Fiesta update from Friday nighter Albert Olivares, who is at Nyosa right now. He says Lonnie Walker himself is there.
Lonnie.
For Super Bowl
So if you want to go,
Which was that one? What
why
number?
not get a
Third?
Lonnie autograph?
Man, I like
Now's
that.
the time.
There's
Well
a
done.
third of the second.
Playoff.
The third.
Yeah.
Playoff game
Ripping
or
thing.
Oh, okay.
game
I figured
end
they
or
would have
whatever.
that.
Getting it in,
Playoffs.
play in, right?
Don't
Yeah.
say
Free
about
feather.
playoffs.
Better.
Playoffs.
Oh, but that's just
Put
because
that
that's
helmet
their,
has
yeah.
too.
John says
Uh,
the laces were out.
Jack, you got a question already? What's
Huh?
the hardest part about being a 49ers
Hey, you got someone asking you.
You know, the hardest part of being a 49ers fan is living in this shithole
And
Cowboys
that-
country.
And that thing right here, telling your friends you're mentally challenged.
Man.
Hey,
Nah.
hey,
Hey,
It's
but
living
dude,
in-
I'm buying you a beer. I like that.
Golly.
It's
I wanna
living in
see who-
shithole cowboy country. That's the damn
Yeah.
hardest part
I
about
want to
it.
see who Oz is behind that curtain.
Man,
At you.
It doesn't take a lot of time here. Good.
Man, I'm getting called out by creative player,
fuck.
Facebook user. What the heck? Anything like that?
Ready
Friday
Player
Night
One?
Rich, who's a Colts fan. Right here.
Rich,
Friday Night
our
Rich is a
good player
Colts fan.
Rich. He hasn't been on for a while.
Rich
but
has
he's
been
still
working
with
a
us.
lot,
Yeah,
but we
but
appreciate
a
you,
Colts
Rich.
fan.
Colts
Yeah.
fan. That's
Interesting.
He's getting a new QB, right?
Hey, they
Yes,
got.
he is.
Yeah.
Who are they against?
Trubisky.
Trubisky?
Yeah.
Trubisky.
Oh,
He's gonna
okay.
suck.
So they're going to
Wow,
suck.
they're gonna suck.
I
Yeah.
thought it was an upgrade. It sounds like a downgrade.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's a
the
franchise that does have some Super Bowls too.
Real quick before we get into the
Peyton Manning, yeah.
real quick before we get into the NFL franchises, the Spurs did make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Lakers
Yeah.
are eliminated.
Yeah.
Fuck the Lakers.
That's
Right.
right. Fuck the Lakers.
Representing
We can
the
agree on that as well, Rich.
Yeah.
Here,
I like that. Give me some on that one right
Do a
there.
zoom in.
Good man.
Jeffrey?
I was getting,
Here, go to the camera.
I was getting the
The
Brady
green
there.
dot.
There it is.
Yeah.
The
Show your
ring,
ring,
the
cocksucker.
ring.
The ring.
Says
Push it
go, Spurs,
closer.
Go. Appreciate
Act
that.
like you've done this before.
I never did.
Oh, okay.
Anything else, Sam?
Okay.
Entertainment-wise,
Oh,
before
okay,
we get into
That's
it?
okay.
Yeah, man, we might as well just
Okay,
get into it.
so
There's
we
maybe
need to-
very little pop culture stuff. Well, I got something for you, boy. How about Vera Farmiga from the Conjuring?
yeah.
Saw that cover.
Saw that cover.
Awesome
Man,
cover
she
of the
fucking kicked
trooper.
ass. The
Oh,
trooper.
That was fast.
It's not
Yeah.
him.
That she did a badass job.
She's Ukrainian descent.
Oh, speaking of which, some music news
Slava
today too.
Ukraina.
First, Pink Floyd came out with a song, first new song, 28 years,
Yep.
doing a duet with a dude from over there for Ukraine.
No shit.
And yeah, I heard it today.
So
it's for Ukraine.
the two guys got back together?
No,
not
no.
quite.
Oh, okay.
Not
Okay.
quite, but
Okay, okay.
Spider-Man.
So, real quick, somebody made this comment, and it's kind of wrong. Kawhi had to leave the Spurs and go to Canada to win a championship.
no, because he won
He
one.
won a championship here in Spurs. He left because he's a pussy.
That's right.
We also agree on that.
So,
We
Okay.
said his
he
ass-
won
we
his
said
second
his
title
ass-
in Canada.
We
Yeah.
said his dad's halfway across the country.
Yep.
And now, hey, speaking of Kawhi, now the whole world knows what a
He's a
coward
bitch.
he is because
Yep.
this year he hasn't even really played.
Yeah.
He's hiding again with some secret injury
Yeah,
again.
talk about
His
someone that
fucking uncle.
kind of fell off the radar. I haven't heard
Hey,
about that guy.
but we were bad guys. We weren't fair to him when he
Right.
did the same thing to the Clippers.
His
Hey.
bullshit uncle.
Hey, LeBron will release a quote. No, I'll play with Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, but speaking of Lakers, you gotta watch Winning Time. Fucking funny show. It's on HBO Max.
Gotta
Or
watch
streaming
that
on
one.
HBO. John C. Reilly killing it as Jerry Buss.
Very good. I watched some of the
Hey,
first
Jerry West,
episodes.
right? You said Jerry West too,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Him too. Golly, so fucking funny.
They say the nicest guy in basketball. They show him there like
director as-
cussing and breaking
Yeah.
fucking
Is that
golf
what-
clubs and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, good stuff. What else we got there?
That was it.
That was it.
you
Okay,
wanna
caught
get
up on
into it?
comments. Yeah, we might as well, Double A, just get right into it, guys. So the question tonight is, we're going to pose this to you, the Friday Night Faithful and the Friday Nighters out there. But Double A said, we know it's off season, but it's the man's 35th birthday, so we're going to celebrate it in the fashion which he wants. And he said, let's talk some football tonight, and we had to get together, again, this collection of guys, because, number one, you four are all in the same fucking division, isn't that right? It's like...
No, us three.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Talk about a house divided.
That pretty much was just near Eagles.
Yeah, really.
So growing up, you're a Cowboys fan. Boys are Raiders fan. Will's a Redskins fan.
Easy to confuse the maroon and the black.
I
was hey, Washington football team. Commanders.
It's okay.
Always a Redskin.
The Commanders.
It's okay on this show to say Redskins.
No.
It will always be the Redskins.
They're gonna cancel you.
No, okay.
Hey, it's like when we talked WWF when it was WWF.
Yeah.
We're still saying WWF because.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I say WWE.
I went with the
there's not a.
table.
Ooh,
Stone Cold was
somebody again directing at Jack. The 49ers should be regulated to the CFL.
Yeah.
Hey, creative player. Why don't you actually put your real name? Why do you have to just have Facebook user?
It might be Joe. It might be
Joe. I think you need to text your brothers.
And then John says, "Hey, boy, is that a Harlingdale shirt?"
Yeah, Harlingdale Indians right here. It's a school here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So the question is greatest
franchises, which each of us that represent whatever our teams is a legendary franchise.
Yeah.
If I was a college player, I'd be happy to be drafted into any one of these teams.
Yeah.
So, what we want to know though is who is the greatest franchise? Just like we said, who is the greatest NBA player of all time? Mm-hmm. Which we're kind of split. I said Kareem. I think you three said Jordan. Right?
Yeah. Jordan.
You three, okay, and I picked Kareem.
Yeah.
So. That was mine. So
Will and Ray, let's get your input on that since we have you guys here to talk about that episode 75, big episode.
Yeah.
And we talked about greatest player of all time. Will, who do you got?
I mean NBA.
This is a curveball because if we go purely stats, it's just really hard to top Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay.
He changed so much rules of basketball and paved the way for the guys in the 80s. Mm-hmm. They had it way easier to dominate. And Will, I mean, if they talk about Jordan rules, there's nothing on the Wilt rules. I mean, chicken wire and whatever, getting rammed into it. Yeah. Now, as far as him saying, well, he had no competition, the man was a physical specimen. Mm-hmm. He was 7'1", maybe 7'2", I think, on a good day.
260.
He would 270 to 290, I think. Yeah. This is the man that supposedly bench pressed 500 pounds. There's that famous picture of him and Andre lifting Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he looks like a little baby. Yeah. So his strength was like legendary, but combine that with his athleticism, his speed. He had a good repertoire, underrated. He led the league in assists one time. I think at this, just to prove his haters wrong.
A vote for Chamberlain there. I like it. It came up during our conversation for sure.
So stat wise, you gotta do that. But if you look at the whole body of work, stats plus the accolades, then it will probably have to be Michael Jordan. And the reason I don't even sniff right now, his competition for the GOAT is LeBron. He's a great player. A fool would say Dumbledore wasn't a great wizard. So
great pop culture reference, right?
Yes.
There.
So my big trouble with LeBron is, I'm sorry, but I think he has one ring, and it was an impressive ring. He beat the all-time winningest team in the Golden State. Mm-hmm. But the problem with him is he constantly seeks super teams, and that's just something that Jordan never had to do. You talk about.
Let me.
Sure.
No, I think you're right. Well, I think the thing with LeBron, he doesn't just shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, dude.
Who's your pick, though, Ray, for greatest of all time? NBA.
no doubt, Jordan, dude.
And Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 4 Jordans, 1 Will, and 1 Kareem. So
No, Will's good too. What a Kareem, but like I said, the fact that LeBron did not shut the fuck up, dude.
and I say,
And this is really like get me off the edge because I go to work at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
No?
It's great.
And I listen to
You know,
Keyshawn,
that's
J.
still
Will,
full.
and
this is almost empty.
Max
There's
Cannon
cup in
in the
there.
Get
morning.
the Urkel.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
so it's just like, oh, who don't play with now? You want to play with Steph Curry?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'm
That's
just
true.
like, bro, like, shut the fuck up, dude. That's what it's just like, you know what, dude? You're like fucking like way fucking like. Just shut the fuck up, dude. It's not about
It's
you,
hard
dude.
to be a fan of his.
It is.
That kind
It
of
is.
talk for sure.
Like, just shut the fuck up, dude.
Well, even with the whole social issues.
Yeah, I mean, no,
but he did not come into the whole Black Lives be a
Oh, he
massive.
didn't. Yeah,
He was a big supporter until poor George Floyd.
yeah.
The one who really took the hit with the Black Lives Matter was Colin Kaepernick. He sacrificed his career legit, and I really didn't hear anything from LeBron until it became more of a wildfire. He was more secure,
Right.
and like it's very admirable the stuff he's doing with it. It just for me it just feels a little too late.
Dude,
When some guy actually sacrificed his career for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, keep that support up. The injustice is real, despite, what you may say or whatever, which I'm not going to expand. But the whole point is, there's just so much superficial things that he just does.
Yeah.
That I think that's when Kareem, his latest criticism he said was, you're a great guy, but you keep ruining it when you open your mouth.
Yeah.
And he didn't really elaborate, but I think it's just little things that he does. The whole, he did the big balls jiggle.
Yeah.
And who did he copy? Sam Cassell? That was Sam. I mean, come on, Jordan wouldn't be copying Sam Perkins.
Yeah.
You're copying like a road guy.
Dude, that shit pissed me off when when Chadwick Boseman died, dude. He was just like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, come on, bro.
so as you can see, we're not big LeBron fans.
No, not at all.
And Jack, we have the answer to your question about
we have your answer, Jack.
the Rogue Niners hater.
Yeah, I can see it from here.
Our good friend CJ from all the way up in Canada is delivering the hard punches. I know that CJ is a huge football fan.
A fucking Canadian trying to talk shit.
Hey,
Come on.
Go CJ.
Hey, I like Canadian bacon.
I like the things that you're saying. You can keep right on it.
A fucking Canadian.
The next one says, "Go Ravens." The same Ravens that beat you in the Super Bowl.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but how many rings you'll have? 2?
Is CJ a Ravens fan? CJ, let's clarify
He said
that.
no, so. And then it says the physicality of Chamberlain. Tim Duncan's game speaks volumes, and let the game speak for itself. Tim is great, but I wouldn't say he's ever really a mention for greatest of all time.
Well, what was the new
greatest?
The new argument that just came up, right, is that now they can say after they did that new top 75 that Tim did it without any other top 75 players.
Yeah,
So
really.
that should easily position him to be
For sure, he's a top 10
greatest.
player, but I don't know if he can be considered the greatest.
No, I've never heard anybody. Even I won't even say
Yeah.
that. We're
Yeah.
big Spurs
I-
fans.
Right.
I feel I've spoken a lot, but just one thing on Tim Duncan, his stats are really watered down, but I think that's a victim of the Spurs being so good.
So good.
All
How
around.
much minutes? How many times was he on the bench in the fourth quarter? How many times was he benched early?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Well,
And you could even say about
Tim-
Dave Robinson too.
Yeah.
They both they were never stat chasers.
Well, I say
They need to score 30 points to
I
game.
say injuries screwed them up.
Yeah.
well,
Dave's back
Dave for
screwed him
sure.
up, and then Tim did develop his foot thing, the plantar.
The plantar fasciitis.
Yeah,
he
that
got-
really did fuck him up.
He did get that, but they're just not selfish guys, or
Yeah, of
or
course.
they're
Ego.
Like
right. So
Yes.
I think if they
They're not
wanted
chasing
to,
stats.
right. I think
What,
if they wanted
when we
to,
won
they
the
would have
championship
dominated.
2014.
But would you guys say Tim is the greatest? Would you ever?
No.
No,
can't
because
put him as
ask
the
you the
greatest.
At his
No.
position,
With
yes,
Tim
but of
ever-
all
He's
time, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
greatest of all time.
No,
he,
yeah.
No.
he never
No, no.
desired that role.
Right.
He's top 10,
he
top
never
7.
desired it.
Yeah.
You know, but he's there in the top 10 though.
No,
Which
yeah.
John says, I like turtles, I like maple syrup. Wait a minute, John.
Yeah.
And then John
Hell
goes,
yeah.
hey guys, what about Larry Bird?
Oh, Larry Bird.
In the 80s, Pierre
That's the greatest of all time?
definitely got derailed by injury.
I'm the biggest Larry Bird fan. Well, he's not the greatest of all time.
Injuries
Injuries
fucked him up.
Yeah, he did because he retired at 32 years old,
33,
which is nothing.
But honestly, probably back then, that was probably their. That was their.
Well, he definitely was the greatest shooter of all time when he was
back
playing.
then, 32. That was just like their.
It was getting old timer, 34, 35.
Yeah.
So I think is he?
How long did Vince Carter play until he was what?
Yeah, like 70.
Is he still play?
Oh, he finally retired because he broke that record.
Yeah.
He has a record now.
Yeah, the oldest player.
Yeah, I would take Larry Bird's 21 points a game way before James Harden 33 points.
Oh
a game.
yeah,
yeah.
no way.
That's
No way. Harden, no.
Killer
Yeah,
instinct.
that's the dude. Killer instinct.
Yeah.
Killer
The
instinct,
skills,
skills,
Rebounds, assists,
Yeah.
heart.
The
For one
way
thing.
the way he fought Bill that beer, dude.
Yeah, and he's not backing away from anybody.
Very importantly, loyal to one team, not like Durant, going to teams too as well.
I
Shopping
know we
for
all
easy
fucking
range.
hate Reggie, but I'll take Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
I'll take Reggie Miller.
No, I don't like him as an analyst. As a player, definitely one of the all-time best.
This endorsement for
definitely.
Larry Bird was in Last Dance.
This is what I say.
Yeah,
Jordan even was like, "Hey, I got you right, Larry." Larry didn't give him the time of day. He just kept walking. Was like, "Yeah,
Magic,
you got me."
I mean,
And
Michael,
you could just tell he wanted his
Michael
approval.
never says anything about
Right.
Larry.
This is what I said about
Yeah.
today's NBA player, dude. I would rather take a fucking Manu Ginobili Euro step over that fucking James Harden step back to
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that dude.
I'll take Yui Blab over Durant.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Guys, real quick, some comments.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would take Patrick Ewing in the paint, Hakeem Olajuwon, man, fuck
Real
James
quick,
Harden,
some
dude.
comment. Facebook user says consistency is a key.
I think regarding Duncan.
Joe in the house, he says, "What up, boys? Go Cowboys."
Yeah.
Hi, Joe.
John says, "Hey, he played a whole game left-handed." Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much.
one of the legendary stories.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? I got that beat though because I play every game left-handed.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
And then I'm gonna say this is CJ here.
Yeah, he's Facebook user. He sucks.
Massive
It's broken.
Ravens fans, yes. They have 2 rings since '98. 49ers have what? 5 since
Well, we're not there
46.
yet. Let's not
Last one
jump to
coming in
conclusions.
'95. Come on, 49ers are a classic franchise, but Ravens have been better in their shorter amount of time in the league.
Do you see the Ravens?
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah, exactly.
The Ravens, formerly known
You see
as
the Ravens?
Cleveland. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a Ravens fan in the house.
Yeah, but he's from Canada. What the hell does he know about football?
Yeah,
Hey,
get the fuck out of here, bro.
This is what I want though. Honestly, this is what I want.
Yeah.
The Ravens in San
Debates.
Francisco,
Yep.
they're really
This
good.
is a debate.
Man, that is a great fucking
you're gonna buy a new
matchup.
one.
Yeah.
I love seeing
You
them
see
play
something?
against
There's
each
something
other.
I saw
So,
in here.
Hey, and Jack, I'll say something about a Canadian football fan. That means you got to take the time to study, learn, and know the game of a sport from another place, because you
There's
know
a diamond there that
you're
you need to
choosing not to
move
like hockey.
which
You know what I
diamond
mean?
it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, when your sport is hockey,
but this is
I
why
mean, you
I
have to
wanted,
find
you
a
know,
better
They
way.
let you fight in hockey.
That's true. I do like
even
that.
Baltimore, you know, they were Cleveland, but Baltimore is a team, and they did
Comes
win a
from
Super
one of
Bowl real quick when they did move to Baltimore.
Yeah.
And they have been pretty damn consistent since they've been in
Check the
Baltimore.
signs of time
They have
because
been-
that
I
I
mean,
mean, they're not going to win
is
anything anytime
But-
soon.
Yeah,
That
But
is from
2 Super
something.
Bowls though since they came in what?
Yeah.
90? When did they come in the
I
league?
think 96.
What was that?
Baltimore.
The Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
About
Well, when
that,
they
when that
became
time, like
Baltimore.
Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah, when
Yeah, it was like
Cleveland,
96, I
Baltimore.
think.
But CJ, I know that you're a
Right now,
96 and 99.
Right
football
now,
fan,
they're not even
and the
committing
question
to
we're posing
Lamar.
to each other, despite our
No, because I
team
think Lamar
loyalties,
wants to leave.
is
Huh?
I think Lamar
would you
wants to
call
leave.
them the greatest NFL franchise? Is
Who's
that
the
that's a
Ravens?
real
Yeah,
question?
yeah, we're
Well,
just
that's what we're
saying.
saying.
Yeah.
Despite our allegiances, who would you say is the
Right.
greatest
Oh,
NFL
And
are
franchise?
that's
we
what we're-
starting now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we
so
got
okay,
we got
okay.
our NBA talking. You got your
Call this a-
opinion. So
come
Right.
full circle.
it's
Yeah.
four
Yeah, we're
Jordans,
Back to
talking
what we were
circle.
supposed
four
to do.
Jordans, one Will and one Kareem.
Right.
That was who we thought. And John real quick says I did like Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was a bad.
John had his jersey.
Until he murdered.
I think without the name
He
on the
murdered
back, you
someone
said,
back
right?
about
Well,
it.
Yeah, until he murdered someone.
Okay.
His game was killer.
Okay. So
So was he.
There you go.
Hey, Scott Hall murdered someone too.
In self-defense. Or, so they say.
Who did?
And OJ.
Hey, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Oh, yeah.
That was in his DVD. He shot that
Hey,
guy from
yeah.
the strip
If
club.
the glove don't
I
fit,
saw-
you must
I read
acquit.
that, Miami.
So,
Yeah.
OJ didn't do nothing.
Found innocent by a jury of his peers.
okay, guys. So who wants to go first? Who wants to kind of give the rundown on the franchises?
All right, I'll start.
All right, go ahead.
So
Ray.
we're talking about
Who are you
best.
going? Who's your team?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to say
of all time.
Steelers.
The Steelers? Okay.
Pittsburgh
Okay.
Steelers,
Why Steelers, right? Why them the greatest franchise?
I mean, man, they won with Chuck Noll. They won with
maybe the greatest coach
yeah,
of all time. Maybe.
Guys named Chuck know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and they only had 3.
They have 6 titles.
6 titles.
6 titles, and I think only 3 coaches.
Yeah.
Almost in their entire lifetime.
That's like 50-something years.
Yeah, I think there's only been like 3 coaches.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of credibility. It's not bad a choice for Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's 2 back-to-back. They were the team of the 70s. The Steel Curtain, legendary legendary name.
Yeah.
80s, I think they were so-and-so. 90s, they went to the Super Bowl, kind of reestablished
They
themselves
lost to
again.
The Cowboys, yeah.
The 2010s come along.
Yeah.
They win a few. I think Ben takes them to about 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He wins 2.
Yeah.
They lost to Green
2000s.
Bay. Yeah.
But he took them to 3. So, I mean,
and they still went to playoffs this
for
year.
a long period of time, they have been that fucking team that still kind of stayed relevant.
Yeah.
For a good amount of time. I mean, I think the 80s are kind of the only time where you really didn't hear them going to a Super Bowl, maybe.
So,
that was actually my vote, too.
Ward.
Yeah, I mean, the legendary players, I think they might have the most Hall of Famers, too, for a franchise.
That was my vote strictly for the fact, okay, so if you want to talk about most rings, the official stuff counts NFL champions and
I
Super
don't know
Bowls.
we can count rings because
no.
I was thinking about, New England. It's really only the Tom Brady era that's really they're strong.
We're going to go there, but
okay.
The whole point was that Green Bay is legendary because they have 13, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
all of them was when it was 18,
counting
9.
Right.
So that's
but they did come out of the gate and win the first 2.
Correct. But what swayed me was the fact that the Steelers won in the 70s, 90s, and the 2000s. Coupled with the fact that these guys have always been in the playoff hunt pretty much since we've been born.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's a franchise that's loyal to their coaches. Again, you said that they probably had 3.
I think just 3 coaches
that entire run.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So
Bill Cowher and Tom.
But they know how to build a franchise draft.
It's interesting too, right? Those guys are kind of synonymous with the team. It's like you think of them and you're Steelers.
And that's why the Rooney Rule was made after them, because they know how to hire people.
They've had good people in the office.
And one last thing for them is most playoff appearances. They're actually number 2 with 34, right behind Green Bay's 35.
Not bad.
Now, I don't think Pittsburgh's been as long in existence as Green Bay. I got to check when
Green Bay, I think, is one of their earliest teams.
Right.
Yeah.
So for the Pittsburgh to be right there neck and neck, and I remember hearing them in the 40s, 50s, 60s even. So I think they're kind of a new franchise.
That's interesting. Two for Pittsburgh so far.
Longevity, playoff appearances, they've been relevant.
Those games are freaking amazing, dude. You would see Jerome Bettis going against Ray Lewis, dude. I remember Jerome Bettis.
The teams, them and the Colts. Yeah. Them in New England.
Steelers were actually founded in 1933.
There you go.
So not too off from Packers.
I remember seeing Jerome going head to head with Ray Lewis, dude, and Ray Lewis fucking stood that fool up, dude. And
the Bush.
Them and the Cowboys, real fucking hatred between those two, even though they're AFC and NFC.
So 2 comments. Any?
We got a lot of comments.
Also, before we get off Pittsburgh, go ahead, Ray.
You imagine, the Steelers go against the Ravens, man. Steelers, how many rivalries they have, man. It wasn't just the Steelers and the Ravens.
And it always helps too when you have a damn good quarterback too.
Yeah,
they've been blessed.
So Roethlisberger,
Roethlisberger.
Did we even mention Terry Bradshaw's name? Did we say?
I know. Yeah.
We didn't mention Terry
One of the
Bradshaw.
greatest self passes, right? The helmet to himself.
There you go.
I mean,
and now the greatest player afterwards.
Check it out.
There for a long time.
A mediocre quarterback during the regular season. But this guy would turn it on during the playoff times. There was nobody better that you wanted for the playoffs than Terry Bradshaw.
For the longest time before Brady, the only guy with 4, right?
For a long time.
Except Eli Manning and Joe Montana with 4.
But still, Terry Bradshaw was one of the guys that you want in the playoffs. If you're going to the playoffs,
Bradshaw
you want Bradshaw as your QB. You want him.
Bradshaw got the job done.
Also, they have the distinction of playing the Gotham Knights and being blown up by Bane.
Yep.
That's right. Got some comments real quick before we move on.
Right.
Facebook user, I'm guessing this can be CJ.
CJ.
The greatest NFL franchise of all time is New England. As their run is unmatched. But it's 20. It's about what 20 years, and we just kind of explained that. Right now, Pittsburgh has shown more consistency than that. Even though New England did go to the Super Bowl in the 90s, and they did go in the 80s, but, I mean, you really can't... You really name any New England besides Drew Bledsoe?
I say Pittsburgh.
Besides Drew Bledsoe, can you name any...
Actually, no one can even mention one name of their 85 team.
Drew Bledsoe.
No, but check this out.
I thought that was you, Jack. I thought you were doing
But check this out. Can any Patriot fan in reality remember anybody from the 85 team, which was their first year?
Was it Grogan? Is that what his fucking name
Grogu?
was? Yeah.
Grogu, spaghetti sauce? Goku?
Yeah.
No,
I like that.
That's good.
Okay, but why I don't think New England...
Well... You said?
Well, I'm going to say why I don't think New England real quick, just to go with that.
And then,
yes,
you know, it's
right,
20,
so...
But then it's 20 years. You can also say the Cowboys had 20 years of winning seasons under Landry.
Right, no, but...
So, I mean...
He said it was going to be my biggest thing, right? All the controversy surrounding all the damn different gates, right?
Oh.
Deflate gate, cheat, all this shit they did. How do you justify saying that they're the greatest when they have all this controversy and they were caught doing this shit? I can't.
I'll say this, but if you're cheating and you're cheating well, you're not getting caught. So you're only getting caught if you're doing it badly. But also when you're winning and you're a team of that stature, you're under more scrutiny.
But
they're not scrutinizing the Browns because they suck balls. They could be doing the same shit, but for all we know, no one cares because they're not watching.
Because they're not cheating.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so,
you think they're cheating, they're not.
So maybe
what was the Deflategate? The Deflategate.
They said that Brady asked the guy to let air out of the balls
to make them easier to catch and stuff.
Right, supposedly, right?
Yeah,
and then there's Spygate. Too, where they were spying.
The Deflategate. I said Tom Brady could have fucking be throwing fucking toilet paper rolls. Those guys would have fucking caught him. Like I'm just saying.
But apart from Brady, we're talking about just in general the team. That game where that game was
against the Colts. Remember, they were fucking like destroying the Colts. It was like they needed an excuse.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was just like, okay, I hold on. I was just
how many
like,
you had to drink, Brandon?
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
I said. They could have fucking put throwing fucking toilet paper rolls, dude. They still would have fucking caught it, dude. Like the
guy's great. I mean, the guy is just a badass quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Like you cannot fucking like.
We've seen his passes.
Away.
That man throws it right to you.
But wasn't it substantiating? I mean,
I would have fucking
4 games though.
If I would have fucking known,
what about the other Super Bowls that he led them to? Not even the ones they won.
If I would have fucking known, I would have fucking been like, fucking man, I fucking like.
Well, I want to hear what you have to say about this.
But again, on that, so
I don't think New England. Even despite all that, I still don't think New England is a great. Maybe top 5 greatest franchise.
You feel like it tarnishes their legacy of the team, boy, because of these controversies that came out?
Oh, it does, yeah.
No, because look, every NFL team or most of them have done the same thing. The only difference is that New England got caught. But everyone has done it, or most teams have done it.
So you're saying that
I think it's
the Commanders have cheated?
I don't know who that team is, but I know the Redskins.
Okay, the Redskins. They cheated though?
No, I said most teams.
Your guy Jerry Rice just came out saying that he was stickle.
Hey, but that was common back in the day, though. That was common back in the day.
That's what I just said, though.
No, but that was common back in the day.
I'm just saying that. That's why I'm saying that it's a lot of stuff.
You go out the door, you open the handle,
but a lot of stuff.
Turn it, and you walk out, and then you go left and go straight.
Okay, well, based on
I think
Facebook user says it's hard to decide who is the best NFL team. Steeler fan here.
Okay.
Then it goes, Steelers have not had a losing season since 03.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. Are there 2 Facebook users?
So, okay.
Sometimes it's more.
Okay, I got you.
The show is broadcasting live on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook. I got it.
And our Facebook group. But when you're joining via the group,
that's
it doesn't show
we
your
always
name.
ask.
Right, okay, I got you.
Just put your name after.
I don't know technology, so I can't figure it out yet. But if you're commenting via our Facebook group, the Friday Night Faithful, put your name at the end of your comment or your initials, so we can
give us your comments. I don't care how much it pisses this guy off.
Or anyone here.
This is what we're here for. This is what we're here for.
Okay, they're coming in fast and furious.
Joe says Steelers always play smash mouth football. 3 coaches, that is correct, which is amazing. 3 coaches.
Joe, another fact, the Steelers also always play the band Smash Mouth. one of their favorite bands.
Good music trivia. Good trivia. Right
Joe says Steelers are the Spurs of the NFL. I mean, it's hard to argue.
Consistent, good loyalty,
but
we don't loyal to their coaches.
That's a
we even had. Hold on, wait. You know what? I'm gonna put also.
Three.
I'm gonna throw something else out. That could be true because you remember, Roethlisberger raped somebody.
Yeah.
David Wingate.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to put those two together. The Spurs of the NFL.
Right. Unsubstantiated.
Yeah,
he wasn't convicted for that.
But still,
settled out of court.
It was still. But when you settle, it's because you know you're guilty.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So no, I like that one, Joe.
Carry on, Double A.
Joe says Tony Eason.
Wow.
From New England.
Yeah, okay.
Good call.
Wow, that's from 1985.
Joe says John Stevens, 44, their running back.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Who's Googling right now?
I was going to say, either that's legit New England fans or their phones are Googling.
Joe's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Oh, but those are some big...
John says, used to put stickum on your gloves.
There you go, John Madden. Recipes, John Madden.
Yeah. Replacements.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So...
Okay.
And we're done with that, right?
Yes.
Me, same thing. I was going to say that the same thing with the Steelers. For those reasons they all said.
Greatest franchise.
And greatest franchise because even though I'm a 49er fan, but really when we think about what they've done and stayed relevant, it's hard to stay relevant.
Okay, Jack, but you're a 49er fan. Mm-hmm. Give me a rundown why the 49ers are the best franchise, though. I know you're saying Steelers.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. I want to say why you're putting the Steelers over your
because
you have a great case.
Yeah, no, I know, I do, right? Because we're the team of the 80s, but remember, 70s, right? 90s, 2000s. And then not only that, think about it, same with the Cowboys. We have a drought. Now, the 49ers have been somewhat relevant. They've been to the Super Bowl twice in the modern era, albeit they lost them, right? But the Steelers, it's hard. We know that, right? As football fans and just sports fans in general. When you have to go through that rebuilding process, it takes fucking decades, and yet the Steelers have consistently been there time and time again.
Well, you guys
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
always right.
You guys know, my Bills pass and then become a picture. I'm in the AFC.
No,
you guys are all NFC guys,
right?
So it's like I know when we play them, I feel like the Steelers are going to be tough all the time.
Real quick, before you get, I want to go to Will. Will, I know you said Steelers, but if you had to make an argument for the Giants, why would the Giants be the greatest franchise? I mean, very historic team. Again, if I was a player and I got drafted to the Giants, I'd be happy too. I'd be like, man, the legacy. They have what many consider.
It's fucking New York.
They have what many consider the greatest NFL player of all time, number 56. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's always him, Jerry Rice. No, but a lot of times, LT is the guy that says is the greatest NFL player.
He changed schemes,
changed games. They have footage of Bill Walsh. Specifically mentioning Lawrence Taylor.
They eliminate the 49er powerhouses in the 80s 2 times.
Giants,
and
four Super Bowls.
Oh, the GOAT 2 times.
Yeah, that's would have been my case for them.
I would say more with the Giants. It's on the strength of their opponents that they were able to beat on their Super
really
Bowls.
Impressive.
The 07 team.
I mean, the powerhouse of the 80s
playoff
teams.
run of the 07 team was one of the legendary runs.
Yeah, it was.
They were on the road for 4 games. They beat the Tampa, they kept losing to the Tampa right at the time. They go to Dallas, who was the number 3 best offense, and they beat them.
They beat the fucking.
They go to Lambeau.
Jacobs.
They go Lambeau in the championship game. Brett Favre, they were undefeated when it was like under 30 degrees or something until that game. Green Bay was the number 2 offense. Then they go and beat the Patriots, who they broke all the records. 49 receptions.
Yeah, that year was New England. It should have been New England.
The scoring.
They butt-fucked a perfect season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the strengths of those, but I mean, to tell you the truth, it's been brutal because they're just not consistent. It's like Eli, whenever he went to the playoff, he did great, but that's just it. They went, 4 times under Eli? Or 4 or 5, like some. So
but yet his name is never in conversations about great QB.
But again, if you want to,
he's top 10 in lots of the stats.
He is a lock of a Hall of Fame. Though. Right. He does the stats.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the hardware.
So that's it.
So you can say that season, but you can say the 80s were a really hard.
The Redskins were deadly.
The Cowboys at that time had 2 Super Bowls. The Redskins were just marching like crazy.
Think about it this way, Kat. Dan Marino, rookie year, goes to the Super Bowl. Never makes another one again.
Never makes it again. But the Giants.
That was a different time
They're-
for football.
The Giants.
It was a different time.
The Giants are keeping pace with the 49ers.
Yeah.
They're having classic battles. They're eliminating each other. I mean, the Giants are right there kicking San Fran's ass.
Yeah.
With San Fran's kicking
Bill
their ass
Sims,
too. You got Bill Parcells. You got Bill Belichick running the defense, where he was known for first. And what a fucking defense that was. I think the '86 team usually is always considered the greatest defenses of all time. You had LT. You got a lot of great other fucking players.
What about the '85 Chicago Bears?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying for the Giants.
Okay, for the Giants, yeah.
And again, you have LT. I mean, golly, what a fucking beast that guy was. Yeah. Every time you see 56, you just think, man, that's fucking LT.
Right.
I mean,
he knows that better than anybody.
Two of Will's rings,
right?
Or Taylor rings.
He knows that better than anybody.
And he hurt their quarterback.
Yeah,
you're my quarterback.
And he retired Theismann.
Look at
I
YouTube.
85 Chicago Bears.
Look at YouTube. LT tackling Joe Theismann on Monday Night Football.
Where he kisses his ankle.
One of the greatest breaks you've ever seen. His
kisses his ankle.
Just goes like that.
Man.
It's a creep show too.
It's fucking ugly.
Creep show 2, the rap.
Lawrence Taylor sobered up quick when he saw Theismann kiss ankle. He was stoned.
Yeah, he was high on fucking coke. I was like, shit.
Don't forget, LT also played under Steeman Willie Beeman and the Sharks in Any Given Sunday, coached by Al Pacino.
And in the Married with Children, he was a ringer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Was he a necessary roughness too?
Not there.
It tells you how good the team was too. That was it. The '86 or '90 where Sims got hurt.
90.
The '90 team, Bill Sims, their quarterback goes out, their leader. Jeff Hostetler comes in.
Yeah.
They go through the playoffs and they win the Super Bowl with the backup. I mean,
that's their first one.
They actually got abused by the Bills that season.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just goes to show you what a great fucking team that was. That you can win with the backup quarterback. I mean, that's just fucking amazing. So okay, so you got some comments in, and I think that's all we got to say about the New York Giant franchise.
That's all I got to say about that.
Joe says he knows a lot because he played a lot of Tecmo Bowl.
We all did.
And then Joe says the '91 Bills team was strong. That was a fucking hell of a
game. Joe, which Miami Dolphins were the best team on Tecmo Bowl, by the way, because I always pick the Dolphins.
And then John's making his case. He said the '72 Dolphins, the only undefeated team that ever won a Super Bowl. But we're talking about franchises, John. Franchises.
Single years. Well,
Joe says the '88 49ers are one of the best. I hate it when they let Montana go. And then Joe also says, and then Joe also says Haas for Hostetler.
Yeah, the Haas.
And I did want to mention, we talked about other people's teams earlier. Friday Nighter and host, the Dork Dad, Lucky, big Bears fan. We mentioned the Bears.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
All right, so we got a case for it. Steelers for Ray. Giants for
he's Steelers.
I know, it's all Steelers.
Yeah.
Pretty much all agree. But Jack, if you're going to tell someone why the 49ers are the greatest franchise, why?
If you're going to tell CJ all the way up in Canada, the Ravens fan, why the Niners are the greatest franchise?
I like Canadian bacon.
Yeah, me too. I love it. And as John said, maple syrup is delicious.
Which really, Canadian bacon is just fucking ham. But let's be real, right?
But
I do love actual Canadian maple syrup. That's just true. I mean, the 80s. Right, Montana, Rice. I mean, arguably the best receiver ever.
Best receiver, best quarterback.
Best quarterback, top two. Right? I mean, really.
No, for a long time.
Right, for the longest time. Right, for the longest time.
20 years, Montana was considered the greatest.
Yes, right.
I put him at number 3.
No, but for a long time,
interesting.
There's just nobody.
He's some kind of dick. Yeah, no, there wasn't, right?
Jim Kelly, number 2.
So, and then to Joe's point, when they let him go, and then Double A, you said the other day too. You watched the Montana.
Yes, great doc. If you guys
documentary.
Got Peacock, watch the Montana documentary. That's 6 parters, real good.
What did Montana say regarding?
I watched Montana at Kansas City. I was like, man, you know what? Fuck him. I wanted to fuck someone up.
Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah.
I think I love Joe Montana, and I'm a Cowboys fan.
Joe Montana.
Yeah, I mean, really. But what did Montana say when they asked him about being traded and Steve Young taking over?
So it's funny because he was still saying that he was still better than Steve Young, and he was saying that if they would have kept him, they would have won 2 or 3, not just the one like they did with Steve. So I was like, wow.
And honestly, let's be real. That last Super Bowl they won, I mean, any of us could have played and beat the fucking Chargers. You know, really.
Oh yeah.
You know, because Chargers really they sucked that year.
Which I tell you, like I always say, one of the probably the most.
Yeah, it was like over with the first fucking quarter.
I've ever
Two
seen.
plays.
Yeah.
That 50-yarder and then the punt return or whatever.
Right.
Like,
But that was the Chargers' game plan that whole year was just to stand Humphrey.
Yeah,
you know what?
Stan Humphrey was
let's go back to
Let's not take away though. Even though, yeah, he probably said that. Man, Steve Young. I mean, to have that guy as your backup.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's
For
great.
fuck's sake,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's great.
God,
You know, I mean,
back-to-back
shit.
Hall of Famers.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, who
Right.
has that? Who can
It's
ever
like
say,
having, honestly, it's like
you have a
having
Hall of Fame quarterback
Duncan
and then
with,
you get a
I
next
mean,
one.
Robinson and Duncan.
maybe Green Bay.
Right?
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, your backup is a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No shit, right?
Enough said right there.
Right.
Green Bay's
Enough
probably
said.
the only one that comes to mind with Favre and Rodgers.
Yeah, Favre, Rodgers. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
interesting.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, I
You
mean,
talk about
that
Favre
too, I
Rodgers.
think if they'd have kept Montana,
How many
I mean,
guys-
honestly,
how
I
many
think they
guys
would have had
guys
2,
won?
3 more Super
Two.
Bowls. And they would still be, yeah, no, I do. I think
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Because Montana, and to your
Yeah,
point,
I
he
won
when he
two.
came back from the injury, he was
say
still
that.
out there. And we saw what he did in Kansas City. They went to the playoffs, you know? So was he, if he had been with 49ers, they would have easily got 2, 3 more Super Bowls,
Good
you know?
but like not only
And they would have like
yeah,
8 Super Bowls
Favre,
right now.
Again, I think
there's
the
something
Niners
about
are
Mary,
a strong
dude.
case for the greatest franchise whenever you
Yeah,
bring it up
that's
because
funny, like-
of the
I
winning.
mean,
Yeah.
5 Super
I know,
Bowls.
dude.
They went to what, 7 altogether?
Yeah.
7 altogether. You know, they have what many consider there's still a lot of debate.
Right. who's
Still
the
many
greatest
consider
quarterback?
the greatest quarterback. They
That's
have
why I
what
think
many
they're-
consider
I think
the
everybody's
greatest
pretty much
receiver.
of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rice
Receiver is not even. That's
Yeah,
not even a
for
debate.
sure.
Jerry Rice is the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
receiver.
Look at all the second and number 2, number 3
It's
on
just it's
receiver
fucking
records.
ridiculous.
I can't
Yeah.
think of anyone that
They're
even
still
gets
far away?
close
No,
now.
No,
no,
not at all.
and-
He
no.
blows them away.
wide receiver.
And what many
Oh, yeah,
consider,
no
I mean,
way.
there's just
Yeah.
many consider him just the greatest NFL player of all time. Too.
Was that, Montana?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry
No,
Rice,
Jerry
yeah.
Rice.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard of him too. Of
You
being
know,
considered the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, golly, the teams. I mean, the offensive weapons.
Oh, you
know,
had everything there. The well coach, well
Yeah.
Bill
system.
Walsh,
Bill
was
Walsh,
usually
yeah.
considered
A
a top
blueprint.
3.
Yeah.
You know, head coach of all time. I mean, George Seifert.
George Seifert, yeah, took
over.
the helm after that, right?
I mean, man, you got MVPs galore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
They always
It's
had
an amazing.
complete teams. Defense,
Roger
offense.
Craig.
It was always there.
Yeah.
You
Craig
know,
was great.
Tom Rathman.
Yeah,
that
Rathman.
doesn't get too much
Yeah,
credit.
doesn't get a lot of
He
credit.
was
yeah.
the moose of the 49ers.
Yeah,
back
right. He
then.
was. He really was.
And
Yeah.
you know what?
When
Even
you think about Pittsburgh too. Me and Joe Green.
There you go.
But
Troy Polamalu.
you know, it's like even like Jeff Garcia. You get Jeff Garcia in
Yeah.
there for a long time. They're still considered a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah.
Jeff
They're good
Garcia,
with Jeff
T.O.
Garcia.
He kept them playing.
They
Yeah.
always they drafted good
Theo
people all the
was a
time.
fucking pound and a half. Fuck
Like,
that
okay,
dude.
look
No,
at-
but with San Francisco years
Yeah.
are his best years.
So-
man, that guy
yeah.
was a fucking beast.
He
out
was.
there.
He
With
was.
him
He
and
was.
Jerry Rice.
Right. Yeah.
On the opposite
Yeah.
sides.
Opposite ends. Yeah, dude, it was
golly.
nuts.
Whew.
And then you think about like their drafting capabilities. You know,
Yeah.
I look at even getting what's his name? He ended up going to your team.
The quarterback boy.
Yeah.
The high pick that kept going through offenses.
Yeah.
Then you got him. The leg
Alex
injury.
Smith?
The one that.
Alex Smith. Yeah,
Alex
thank you.
Smith.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
Heinz
Okay, so
Walrus.
Alex Smith.
Heinz
Yeah, he
Walrus.
didn't seem like he was that great of a quarterback, but then
Good
you
thing in
pull
there,
in,
Will.
you pull in a better coach, and Alex Smith turned from a nobody to a superstar overnight. He just
Yeah.
needed that good coach. If he'd have had that good coach all along, he could have taken him to the Super Bowl. And I will say this: that last one with Colin Kaepernick, if Smith played that game, they won the Super Bowl that year.
Well, you know,
They
those
really
teams
would've
were
Super
still
Bowl.
good. What,
I
Alex
think
Smith?
Alex Smith for the Giants' victory in that one divisional championship.
But you know, like Ray had said earlier.
In the Hardball Bowl. The Hardball.
What was it? The second one where they beat Marino. I mean, golly,
Yeah.
Marino came
yeah.
in like a fucking.
Well, that was
lightning
his
bolt.
record season.
5,000 yards,
Yeah.
48
Yeah.
touchdowns.
His record breaking.
I mean,
Yeah.
and for
In
them
that
to
time-
shut down Marino, like,
Yeah.
That was in
I
the
know.
time.
It's only a shame that we couldn't see a rematch of that Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to have
That would've
seen
been
that
great,
one.
yeah.
A Montana, Marino.
Sidetracking, but that great season because the
Even in high
rules
school, I remember
were
betting-
less favorable for
I remember betting this guy.
quarterbacks.
Mhm.
When Marino did what he did.
And
Yeah.
you know what was cool too? The interesting
That's
stat.
to that point, Will.
They said, I think Montana's first 3 Super Bowls, he played against the MVPs. The quarterbacks were
Ooh.
the
Yeah.
MVPs of that
Of
year.
that year.
Oh,
And
shit.
you know who it was in the 4th season or the 4th quarter Super Bowl?
Who was
Montana was the MVP.
Yeah.
So he beat 3 fucking MVP quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
That's a good
And
stat.
then,
I mean,
and then too,
golly.
when you look at him and they're going down, they're losing, and he's taking the drive, and that's where he came Joe Cool from,
Yeah.
right? Where he's there and he's
And
talking
he
to him,
is,
and
man.
everybody's freaking out,
Golly.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, There's John Candy in the
Yeah,
stands.
there's
Right.
So the whole thing was like there was like one guy that was like really just fucking freaking out.
losing his shit.
One of them.
Yeah.
And he was like, I remember this guy likes fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey man, John Candy, he's on the other side over there.
Right.
And he said that guy fucking calmed the fuck down afterwards.
Right. So
You know,
Joe
but-
Cool, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
he
it's
just,
like
and he marches 90 plus
Yep.
yards to get him that fucking win.
Yep.
You know, I mean, golly, and there was like another great moment too in that doc. It was like 1980, Cowboys, San Francisco.
Yep.
Man, they fucking hated each other.
Yep.
Hey, Too Tall Jones says he doesn't respect the 49ers.
Yes.
Fuck the
Yeah.
49ers.
Like this one.
So Montana gets him. He sees Too Tall Jones coming. He fakes him out. You know, Too Tall fucking missing. He goes dragging. He completes the pass. Montana points at him. He goes, "Respect that, motherfucker."
Yeah.
You know, I was like, damn. And you see his fucking lips like, hey, he's not to Too Tall Jones.
Yeah,
I'm like,
big
man,
fucking
this
guy.
guy's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
He's like,
You
respect
like
that,
that.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that right there.
And then they got one of the best, I mean, in the NFC Championship game, the catch. It was the catch, and that's where this ring came from right here.
Yeah.
Was that year beating the Cowboys in
What
the
year is
catch.
that, Jack?
It was in 2012.
Yeah, what the hell?
He like threw that.
Man, what the hell? That was the catch too.
Yeah.
That's part two.
I thought it was Edelman's catch in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl and it didn't touch the
This
ground.
is the 81-82 season.
We got 5 Super Bowl rings, 7 Super Bowls altogether.
Yep.
We have what many consider still the greatest quarterback. We have what many consider the greatest NFL player of all time,
Right.
Jerry Rice.
Mhm.
You know, we have Steve Young, probably the greatest backup
Yeah,
ever.
really. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Great backup,
So-
yeah.
Well, hold
You
on,
gotta
wait. I don't know. The greatest backup? I will give that to Brady.
No.
Man, that's the
Yeah.
greatest
Not for that long of a
backup.
time.
Well,
He's
not for
only
that
a
long
good
of a
starter.
fucking
He's only a
time.
good
I don't know.
starter.
He's a
It
backup.
makes for a great story.
Yeah, it does.
It's a
Yeah,
great story.
it does.
Hey,
You are right, technically.
Yeah, technically I'm right. Technically, right? Yeah.
Kind of mold that over
Right.
the San Francisco 49ers.
I like,
I'm gonna stab you, Tony.
I like thinking about it. I like thinking about it, but if you gave me if I was making a list of greatest franchises, the Niners are going to be on the list.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Top 5.
Joe says, I played with the Bears, Singletary and Peyton, I think he's referring to Tecmo Bowl again, Jerry Rice and
Beans?
And Beans? Jerry Rice and Beans? Very nice.
Frank and
Josh.
Beans?
Oh, nice. Yeah, Jerry Rice and
That's
Frankenbeans.
a good whole team
Frank and Beans.
right there.
That's a good one, yeah.
Rice and Beans?
Joe says Montana, Rice, Taylor, Rothman,
Yep.
Craig, Long.
Taylor, I forgot about it. Yeah, Taylor.
And then Joe says Montana had a
John
great
Taylor.
game with KC against Denver on Monday
Hey,
night.
what's
KC.
money? This week,
And
Frank Gore retired.
Joe says
Yeah,
Montana
yeah.
before Brady was my GOAT.
Okay, there you go.
So
I like you, Joe.
One thing.
Shout out, Joe.
One thing with Montana, he's just another guy like Larry
Montana.
Bird that just didn't benefit with modern sports medicine.
True.
Big time.
If he was in today's era where they're better protected, sports medicine, the advances, I mean, they would have been treated. They would have sat out for a season.
Yep.
I really
You want
believe
more?
that was the key for Brady.
Yeah.
His one
What did you
season
argue?
where he missed the whole season.
Yeah.
He got sports medicine and he healed one whole season.
Yeah.
And
He was rejuvenated.
He
so
was.
It's just like, man, what would have been if like Larry Bird, Dave Robinson,
right, had that.
Joe Montana,
Yeah.
the elbow. Remember his scar
Yes,
tissue?
yeah.
That looked gross.
Right.
Like, man, what would have been?
What's
And-
a fucking
and one last
stem
thing
cell,
on
right,
that.
too? Look, it's a
Yeah.
stem cells injected.
One last
something.
thing on the whole Montana Brady debate. I think I brought it up before, but Montana never needed his kicker to win the Super Bowl.
There we go.
Montana won the Super Bowl himself
Yeah,
each
he-
time.
He threw it as
One more
a
comment. One more comment about
Oh.
San Fran.
Uh-oh.
Joe says, but it's still fuck the Niners. Go Cowboys.
There we go. See,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
said
Hey, that's right, Joe. Joe, you're still nice, but you know what? I understand it. You got to say fuck the 49ers, go
Okay, so
Cowboys.
you three don't even know it said
Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, your turn.
Steelers, yeah.
I hate saying this myself, but to me, it's the Patriots. And the reason why
Yeah!
is because,
I love you.
you know what, I'm not a Brady fan, but you know what? I'm like, Tom Brady is one. I mean, the stats are ridiculous. We're not. Tom Brady's like one of those once-in-a-lifetime players that wins with anybody. The stats is crazy. Look, for a long time, we always used to say that it was always Pittsburgh and 49ers that each at the time had 4 titles. That was the most. Obviously, Aikman got close with 3. And then obviously,
5 or 6.
Well,
5
at the time.
At
It
the
was
time,
4-4.
5.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
4-4, and then everyone
Yeah.
obviously y'all got a couple more, but
Right.
for a long time 4 was the benchmark.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Brady's already doubled that, but obviously he got one with the Bucks, so I'm not counting that one. We're talking about franchises.
Right.
I mean, for me, I don't even need to break it down. And like I said, I've never been a Brady fan. I'm not a Patriot
Okay,
fan.
but
I became a Brady fan when he went to Tampa.
but
I'm not going to lie.
but if you're
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jack. I respected him more.
Yeah.
I respected him.
If you said Redskins, give me a claim why the Washington Redskins would be the greatest franchise. Though.
I think for the Redskins, look, I went to Redskins that a lot of people know because they always think of the 3 Super Bowls. They forget they went to 5 Super Bowls, and actually on one of them they went back to back and lost the back to back. I mean, they won one, but they lost the second one. But they still went to 5, and they won 3. But I would say they were one of the greatest of all time was because they played probably, if not the toughest, probably the second toughest decade in football, which is the 1980s. And obviously you had 49ers, you had the Giants, and then the teams that didn't win were still tough. The Eagles were a tough franchise still back then. There was still a lot of tough franchises. The Bears was a beast. I mean, there's still a lot. So, just that alone, that I think. And not only that, but you had a coach that won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks.
Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs.
A lot of respect.
And let's be honest, a top 5 coach easy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? And all 3 quarterbacks, they're my quarterbacks. In reality, they all suck because, you know what? They were nobodies. In reality, they were nobodies until those games.
Came in for their.
I mean, they didn't suck, but they they didn't have like a big career that was like, Doug Williams was well known. Nobody knew who Doug Williams was.
No, he was a backup that year.
Exactly, then Mark Rippon. Nobody really knew who Mark Rippon was. And Joe Theismann was probably the most recognizable, but he wasn't the star.
Yeah, he was more known for the wishbone snap.
But he did take him to 2 Super Bowls.
He did take him,
gets a lot of credit too.
But the problem with Joe Theismann, though, was that he wasn't considered a star. This guy was a star during the Theismann era. You think of the Redskins, you thought Riggins. But to win, go with 5 Super Bowls, win 3 of them with 3 different quarterbacks that were nobodies. They're not even close to Montana. I mean, in reality, as much as I say I love Rippon, he had, all those guys have no, they don't touch Aikman, they don't touch Favre, they don't touch a lot of guys. But if I have to pick, it's because of 1980s, and I won 3 Super Bowls with 3 unknown quarterbacks.
Sure.
But boy, I mean, they have John Riggins, one of the greatest running backs of all time, fullbacks of all time, legendary Super Bowl that he has. They have the Secretary of Defense. I mean, what a badass nickname that was. Dexter Manley. That's just a badass.
No, we had a lot of Hall of Famers. I mean, Art Monk. Art Monk is considered one of the top 10.
Boy, who was your guy that was there for like 20 years and he
Darryl
Green. He still kept beating guys
in the dash.
Yeah, in the dash. He would take the rookies and he would still beat them.
Dexter Manley, Charles Manley. I mean, we had a lot of legit Hall of Famers, but any team that's successful in the 80s. That's big because the 80s is a powerhouse.
I mean, you got Joe Gibbs going against Bill Walsh, Joe Gibbs going against Bill Parcells, Joe Gibbs going against Tom Landry.
Even Buddy Ryan. Chuck Noll was still a coach in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, golly, they have the 1991 team is usually considered one of the top 5 teams.
This
of all
ring
time.
right here, 14-2.
Always considered one of the top 5 teams of all time.
And I believe that was the highest scoring team that year too. Was the Redskins. I think it was almost 500 points that year. But for me, again, to me, Patriots greatest franchise because Tom Brady. Tom Brady just makes it look too damn easy. He's too damn deadly. You could say the medicines, the protection, but again,
not just the Super Bowls he won, but the Super Bowls that he didn't win. I mean, there's still like how many of those did he lose where he still won?
I mean, let's be honest.
It was 9.
And in all honesty, everything that Tom Brady has accomplished. You know what? Honestly, I don't think we're going to see another guy that tops any of this, what we've seen with him in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe past our lifetime, maybe we're going to see a quarterback that does the kind of stats that he does. And he's not done, and every year he pretty much owns all the damn records, pretty much.
Well, and the one thing with Brady that I remember, I think it was Strahan had mentioned one time where they were it was like off season, and they're at some like gala or some function or whatever, and Strahan's over there and he's eating, he's like picking out, and Brady's over there just like salads and shit, and Strahan's like, "You're not gonna eat this?" Yeah, and he's like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm training." He's like, "It's off season." He's like, "I'm still training." So I'll give Brady that. Like this guy was like, "Fuck that." An off season, I'm in regular season.
And every year he still looks hungry, despite all the rings he's won.
Right. Look what happened right now. He retired.
He came back.
Well, he didn't really retire. He never mentioned it. Yeah.
But he came close, though. It's the first time that we saw him close to actually step in the lane.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry.
So, I'm sorry. No, interesting thing is that Bruce Arians decides to retire?
Hey,
I have my theory on
he
that.
says it wasn't because of that, but
No, I have my
Right.
He never wanted Brady to like tell me what the fuck to do, right? So I think if Brady stayed retired, Arians stays.
Yep.
Brady came back. Arians like, fuck that. I'm not.
I always wish somebody would have told.
Because I guarantee you, front office told Arians, you shut the fuck up.
Right.
This guy is the reason why we won a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
So you shut the fuck up. He got to tell.
You're no Belichick.
Yeah, he got to tell Belichick pretty much what to do too. So you're not fucking Belichick by any stretch.
Right.
So you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And Arians is like, I'm out.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Are you
I
at
do.
the same point you think you wish you would know if what happened?
Oh, no. He said, I wish somebody would tell Bruce Arians that
He was a scrub.
you're not one of the greatest of all time. You know, that you got where you're at.
You're never going to be considered the greatest of all time.
No.
He's
You're
basically
not going
the
to be in
guy
the top
from,
50.
who was the guy from the Heat that LeBron was running?
Spoelstra.
Spoelstra, Eric Spoelstra.
But you know what? But you know what? He's
Right.
respected now.
Now
He's respected
he's
because
stuck around.
he's stuck around. They're still
doing
successful.
decent.
Right?
And mind you, that's a Pat Riley guy that Pat Riley found.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
true.
Honestly, it's just like I argue with Jack, like, man, fucking, like, you do not question Tom Brady. I hate the guy, but you do not question him. But, man, like when they're talking about deflating, man, fucking Tom Brady could be fucking doing toilet paper rolls.
So double A, I think it was
Yeah,
your
no
turn.
joke.
I was gonna say, do you want to
Yeah.
go or do you want
Well,
to?
no,
Yeah,
I'm
go,
gonna
go,
go
go.
let you finish since it's
Okay.
your birthday.
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
next. But boy, I do want to say regarding your franchise, man, a lot of respect. Obviously, iconic franchise, great look. You know, always tough.
Leave it right there.
You know,
Leave it right
you look forward to even games, even though not as a fan. Like when they're gonna play the Cowboys, I look forward to watching that game. I can remember watching so many games with you guys. They're just fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of shitty about the politically correct nature of having to change the thing because the franchise kind of is its own thing. It's not meant to be offensive. And an iconic look and an iconic logo. We see it goes away. You know.
Well, I wanted to touch up on that one. Since we're talking about like
Sure.
with me, you know, I think it's garbage. You know, with the whole Redskin change the name, the logo, because for one, like I've told you guys over and over, but this is all like true stuff. It's like one, the logo was created by an Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Two,
American.
I've never really heard any Indians complaining about
Yeah.
the Washington Redskin name logo.
Sure.
And then third, why did I have to change it when Golden State Warriors, Atlanta, the Braves,
Braves.
which we all saw this
Chicago
year,
Blackhawks.
Atlanta Braves in the playoffs. They were doing the tomahawk chunk.
Sure.
The Chiefs, the Warriors, all the Blackhearts. Blackhearts have one of the biggest Indian logo, the faces.
Blackhawks, yeah.
You know, how come none of those franchises change their names, their logos? If they're going to make it like strictly like, well, it's just Indians.
Yeah.
Well, I think, you know, all the Indian-based teams in all sports should have
Sure.
changed
Yeah,
it.
but I think it's more the name.
Right?
Well, even though technically those other ones aren't a slur like
Right.
Redskin,
Right.
The fact you could say,
That's what it is.
but you.
So what have you called it?
But you can also say though is their culture instead of being appropriated, the chop and doing like
Yeah.
other
Which the
crap.
Braves this past World Series.
But let's
Yeah.
They're not going to stop the fans from doing
so
that
you could
stuff.
say
Yeah,
that
you're
the stuff
right.
is being
So
appropriated.
would it be
you know,
better
the
to us
whole-
Washington Indians?
Well,
No,
Indian is-
because
They don't even
because
say
the-
skins?
The Cleveland Indians just changed their name. They're going to be the Cleveland Guardians
Right.
now. So
Like
it's
I said, if you want to
Indian
keep
is
them as the
considered
Redskins, you
a,
change the logo to a
slur
fucking
too.
Redskin potato. And
You
you
know-
keep the Redskins name.
You know, I think in all reality,
kind
everyone.
of give them the face, give the potato the face.
Yeah,
kind of.
right.
I think in all reality,
With the
everyone
feathers.
should be like asking Native Americans, what do they think?
Yeah.
You know, other races shouldn't be inputting that unless you actually ask the Native.
So I'm going to tell you what, real quick
Native
on
Americans.
that. The race that was making this big deal,
Mm-hmm.
this one right here,
Yeah.
the white race.
Jack's
Really?
really to his own white flesh for those.
But yeah,
that
but
don't know.
I'm half Spanish. I speak more Spanish than all these motherfuckers in the room.
For the
But the whites.
for the visual.
Oh.
Oh, for the visual. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have audio listeners only.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the whites. Yeah, the white people. They're like, oh, that's offensive. I'm like, to who? To you?
Yeah, it's you. Right.
You're fucking white.
Right.
Like,
Pretty
shut the fuck up.
Pretty much social media has given that voice
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
you know, where nobody had heard
Thought
these
of it.
voices.
You're not even thinking about like
Right.
and then it comes
Exactly.
out. What are we talking about? Isn't there
Yeah.
bigger shit going on in the world?
Comments.
So, Double A, go ahead. I'll let you.
Well, I
make
don't know who
comments.
this Facebook user is, but thank you. Full House, The Boys. Happy birthday to my favorite cousin. I love you, Double A.
That's
Yeah.
gotta be.
I don't know who it is, but
Family.
It's gotta be Allie or Amy, I would guess.
And Amy
family.
always comes out. So, but
Yeah.
thank you, whoever you are. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
very
Coach.
much.
Happy birthday, cat.
Comment your name, please, for that wonderful comment. It's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
Yes, happy birthday again to Double A.
Yep.
Double A.
The
Happy-
greatest partner I could ever hope for. All right, boys. Here's to you, Double A.
All right, now you boys, y'all go in
All
y'all's
right.
order franchise.
I'm gonna let Double
hold
A
on,
go
real quick.
last. Oh, there we go.
Facebook here says, wait, so who is the next football
Here's
team
Dino.
of all
So
time?
there was a-
Oh, well.
Guys, who's the next football team of all time?
We haven't.
The next
we haven't
one.
started yet.
What's that mean?
Well,
Well-
I guess like New England was that team. Who is going to be?
Who's gonna be the next one?
kind of
49ers were 80s, Cowboys 90s,
Oh,
New England arguably 2000s,
and the 2010s?
right, and the
Yeah,
10s, right. So who's gonna be the next
I'm
one?
gonna go with Tampa Bay because Brady's just keep
Oh,
playing
it
like
is
10
Amy.
more years
It
and
is Amy.
win them some more rings. So, yeah.
I don't know who that team is because there's
It's
not
hard to
really.
say. Yeah, it is
There's
hard
not
to
a
say.
team that's
Yeah.
consistent.
I
They
don't
broke
think-
apart Seattle.
so.
Seattle was supposed to be
Yeah.
that team, but they broke that up.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm
Wilson
gonna
Wilson
say
suck, bro.
we got
Which team's
Deshaun
gonna be
Watson's
like
gonna
that?
go to
20s?
Cleveland, right?
Oh no.
I'll go with the Browns. They're the
That's
next.
gonna be like they're gonna be the.
It's got to be. Eventually, their time has to come, right,
Maybe-
Will?
I mean, what about the
Jets?
Chiefs?
So
They're
Chargers.
still the
Yeah,
Chiefs are
the
still.
Chiefs are still
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
That's a
you know?
good- That's a
The
good
Chiefs.
pick. Mahomes still got
They
some.
have potential with him.
Yeah, I mean,
Although they
and-
just lost their fucking
I don't
running
know.
back, right? Like,
yeah, but still, Andy Reid is he's a good coach. So
Thank you, Amy.
I think as long as Mahomes is there, I mean the Chiefs could be.
I would
think a
say
great
Chiefs or
quarterback
Ravens.
overcomes,
I would say I'm gonna say Cincinnati, dude.
Oh, okay.
I say
Yeah.
with Joe Burrow.
I can't
Oh,
say
Burrow.
I
That was a good
go with
pick.
you on Ravens.
Joe
I
Burrow.
can't say
Let's
Ravens
say
because
Joe
I
Burrow.
I like that pick, right? I like
Let's
that.
see what he does.
I'm gonna stick with.
You
You
You know what?
know
what?
if he's not one,
I'm gonna go bold. You know
No,
what?
no, no.
I'm gonna go with
If they
Buffalo.
went 2
Oh,
3.
man.
I like
That
San
game boy
Diego.
with
They-
them and the cheese.
But they keep
Charlie.
adding. They keep adding pieces.
I like San Diego.
Oh,
I like
that guy too,
I like
Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah.
I like Justin Herbert.
Oh, but
I like
boy,
Justin
boy had a
Herbert.
good win though. The Bills though, because that game
I
with them and the
think
Chiefs.
Buffalo.
Josh Allen. Josh
Oh,
Allen.
dude, that game was amazing.
But-
I wish it would have just kept going.
Hold on.
Mm.
I'm gonna say Josh Allen is the Baker Mayfield. The Baker Mayfield. of-
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Interesting.
No, he's
No,
better
no,
than
no,
Baker.
no.
I don't know why they got rid of that
No,
guy
no.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
he was doing
no,
great.
no,
They
no.
won-
I like his
they won-
commercial.
They won like a little.
No.
I like the
streak
commercial
there,
he
and
did.
they just, you know, I
I'm
don't know.
not saying
These
the
teams
quarterback.
get too
Cat. I'm
antsy.
just saying. I'm just like he's like. Prove it to me.
Oh, here's a lovely lady in the house. Nadia says,
says,
"Hi,
"Hi,
family,
family."
and happy birthday,
Nadia!
Victor.
Love to Victor.
Vic, where's the Victor?
All right, I'm gonna go real quick because I'm gonna
Go
just
for
keep
it.
it short and sweet, guys.
Yeah,
You
go
guys know
for it.
my answer. I have no qualms about it being my team.
The Giants.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say the Patriots are the greatest franchise. Pretty much for everything that Boy said. You have one of the greatest quarterbacks, one of the greatest coaches, easily, whatever. Not to mention that, but the 6 Super Bowl
Cheaters.
wins. It's undeniable
Cheaters.
or whatever. You
Well,
can talk about
cheaters.
things like Deflategate. You can talk about things like that when you had a guy
Cheaters.
like Aaron Rodgers come out and say he purposely wants the balls overinflated. So there's different
Cheaters.
things that quarterbacks want. So that shit to
Cheaters.
me is that to me is the hater talk. You know what I mean? Bill Belichick spying. They're spying on the Jets. For fucking what? What not to do? I mean, like, what the fuck are you spying on them for?
Exactly. Why would they have to spy on them?
It doesn't make
But hey,
sense.
but the Jets were the
you
only
know-
team
you
that
know-
got caught.
Hey, you know what,
With.
Jack? The same reason I look at you in the shower when I want to see a tiny dick. It's
Yeah.
like, it makes me laugh. That's
Hey, you're looking at the fucking mirror, cocksucker.
You know what? That makes sense.
How could you
I'm
get
still watching
caught?
you in the shower.
How could you get
I
caught?
thought we were playing for funny.
Hey, how do you allow yourself to get caught spying on the Jets?
I said you judge you.
Ow.
Right? Like, you know he's cheating and spying on better teams, but you get caught spying on the fucking Jets?
Hey, sometimes
Come on.
Sometimes you just want a good laugh, right, Jake? I can go watch the
I
Jets
guess
play.
so,
Go watch
yeah.
the Jets practice.
Yeah, that's true.
Small dick. Oh,
Oh, oh, oh.
I laugh by falling into John and watching pig. Give me a cab or not.
Yeah, so that's fucking my pick.
There you
Fucking
go.
New England Patriots.
John, Joe says, CM with the promo.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
John the Familia.
there you go.
simple rebuttal with the Patriots. Like, of
I
course,
even put on my croc right here. There you go. See that?
Yeah.
of course,
There you go, the croc.
of course, the Patriots instantly came to my mind because they're the most recent powerhouse.
Sure.
The thing is, they have 6 rings. Steelers have 6 rings.
Mhm.
Steelers have 3 Hall of Fame coaches. They have one with Belichick. It's longevity.
Mac Jones.
To all,
But
to all
it's
the quarterbacks.
longevity. Patriots, I mean, anyone who played Madden and Tecmo mode, they were a joke team. You would pick them so if you could like get your stats run up.
That's why I picked the Dolphins.
And so that's the only reason I was like, well, they had 2 very good decades, but before that they were irrelevant. So when we're talking about franchises, so one of the things, I don't want to be boring, but one of the things I do at work is I review officer promotion packages. And part of that job is to look at the officer's career. And so that's why I kind of look like objectively, like, hey, how have they been? What's their record look like? Not just the last 4 years, which is important, which you didn't now, but their career.
No, that's an excellent point.
And
You're right.
so,
No, we're talking about in the scope of it all.
So it's like 2 decades, like.
But nothing to take away though from you.
No, nothing. Nothing. In 2 decades, they accomplished what most teams did in their whole franchise. 80 years worth.
Right. In our NBA conversation, we said this, and I'm guilty of it too. You know what I mean? It's like, we all here been watching sports for 30 fucking years, probably, right? You know what I mean? Even at our current ages, it's probably more like 35 fucking years. So we watched sports a long time, but I'm as guilty of it with football as a lot of people are guilty now of talking about guys like Steph Curry, like LeBron.
Being the greatest right away.
What do we all say? What did we say in our NBA episode? Go back and watch some old Curry tape. Go back and watch old Jordan tape. That's what we said. Boyd was a big person saying in that episode, look, guys watching The Last Dance now are like, oh shit, we didn't fucking know about these guys.
Exactly.
Because they're too busy on like guys like Luke
they had to be.
Dondix.
It's like The Last Dance had to remind people.
That's why you need to watch. That's why you need to watch the Montana doc,
which was great.
For those that don't know the Montana.
Patriots have one more good decade. I think they'll have a good. Next time in 10 years when we do this,
there you go.
I think they might have a good chance of, they've been strong for already 3 decades.
I think what people forget, though, is that you got the toughest job on the football team, which is a quarterback. You got a guy like Brady that's played for like 20-something years now, consistent, dangerous.
But is that great franchise
but again, right.
But that's why I was saying why the Patriots, to me, that's why I was saying, like, to me, why the Patriots are a franchise player. I mean, no team has had one quarterback that won 6 six. I know you guys are talking about like Pittsburgh and stuff, but that's different quarterbacks. We got one dude that's won like 6 here, Pat Bradshaw, and obviously he's past Roethlisberger.
Well, let me put this question
past
to you
Montana.
Real quick before you jump into that, I'm sorry, but to William's point earlier, right? If those rules are around for safety of the quarterbacks for Montana, for even Aikman,
but
right? But I'm saying. They benefited from being able to protect the quarterback.
Yeah, but I think those are lame. I think those are lame excuses. Because
I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying it's a reason.
I could say that you had the greatest wide receiver of all time.
But that's not. I'm not talking about protecting.
Yeah,
but
right. We're not saying about protecting.
But you know what? This is like the same thing.
That's got to protect the quarterback. You got.
But you got to remember, it's no player's fault why rules changes. Look, is it Hank Aaron's fault that he broke Babe Ruth's record?
Like
that wasn't his fault.
The offensive line's got to protect the quarterback.
I mean, rules change over the decades. That's not a player's fault. Whoever's playing.
Away from any
you can't make excuses.
Yes.
I mean,
the stats are on Brady's side. Regardless,
but it's no player's fault when rules change.
It's just a matter of what could have been.
You can't do that.
What could have been.
It could have been, but it is what it is.
So my question was regarding franchises. So we guys talked about it, right? Yes, obviously Brady and what the Patriots have done, but do you guys think that Belichick can win again with the Patriots?
He could.
However much longer he chooses to coach.
Look, he's aging time.
He could because, look, everybody counted the Patriots out this year and they end up going to the playoffs.
He knows how good teams.
There's the proof.
Yeah. That's the proof. There's the championships. The Spurs championships. And they had a great coach. And they would go back to the finals again.
And here we are again. We owe all that to Pop. So
can I say Mac Jones could win it? Oh yeah, he could.
He could because he plays in the system that's established.
Hey,
look at the Spurs.
If Belichick has the right quarterback, then definitely they can win another one.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
You can say that about anyone.
I always say Mac Jones can win a Super Bowl.
You think so, Double A? You think that Belichick can win another one?
Dude, Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
They're still relevant. Everybody counted the Patriots out when Brady left. They're like, dang, they do shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, okay, wait a minute. They're still being pretty relevant.
Hey, and who compares to New England right now? Same comparison as Spurs. Everybody counted us out.
Yeah,
we got
and
no
here we
players,
are.
and here we are in the
Over the
playoffs,
Browns
or
super team.
squeezing into the playoffs.
Although I think Belichick did shed a
It's
tear
the
when Brady
system.
left. I think
he did.
And the team had.
I think he
I
thought
think
they
he had-
could win without it.
I think he probably had about 10 of these.
Right.
I think he probably went home and
If
had
a
about
team
10
has
of
a
these.
good system,
Yeah.
good general manager of
I'm not
signing
gonna lie.
and drafting,
I think-
I
They
didn't think
could
Brady
win.
was going to
Yeah.
win again.
Yeah, no, really.
I didn't think
Because
he-
everybody said Brady's a system quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
And he proved them wrong.
Yeah.
And his first year out, he's
Over
like, fuck
Bruce
you.
Arians.
Right, fuck you.
Yeah.
And with Bruce Arians, he's like, fuck you, I'm
But
Tom
look,
Brady.
but look what,
I can win Super
but
Bowls.
look what also happened too. When Brady won, everybody was saying, "See, it wasn't Belichick, it was Brady."
Right, yeah.
But then look,
Right.
look at this year. Everybody was counting
It was
Patriots out.
both.
Now, but it just shows that
Right.
they both
Yeah.
had
They complemented
obviously,
each other.
But
Yeah.
yes, they
Yes.
both were part of the
Right.
success.
When Jack was saying that Belichick had 10 of them, or what he was referring to as a giant ass beer that Will is
Right, yeah.
for the audio listeners that didn't have the
Oh,
visual
yeah,
there.
sorry,
That's
yeah.
all right.
Belichick got smash mouth drunk when Brady left. And he cried
I would.
holding holding a Brady photo.
You know, when you're like in obviously we all probably are in our own different things
I
we
got-
read about news
I put
about
mine
our
down
team
here.
specifically. The
Right.
shit that I would read from the fans, the Facebook groups and that was that there was a little bit of a rivalry between them, and it was a little bit like who
course.
could win without the other
Yeah,
one.
cool.
Right.
And so that's what they were saying that Brady was insulted when he was kind of grooming Garoppolo and all
Yes.
that, and he didn't.
Gotta
They
look
were
in
like,
the
oh, he was
detail
going to
later.
maybe try to trade Brady or bench him in place of Garoppolo to prove that I don't need him to win. He needs me to win, which was
Right.
not the
It
fucking
was
case.
John
Right.
Lennon,
No,
Paul McCartney,
Yes,
Roger
right,
Waters.
yeah. Right, yes. Right.
David Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gilmore, right?
When I saw Brady go, I was like, oh man, we're
Hold on, I gotta
fucking
take a
like,
leak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, hold on,
He-
so you can hear it, Ken.
No, go.
Yeah,
go.
he can
Go,
fucking,
no,
like-
we'll still keep it going.
Oh yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, man, I was just like,
But quarterbacks have shown when he gets switched to a team,
it's,
what they
it's
can
not
do.
about that cat. I was just like,
Joe Montana goes to
out for-
Kansas City,
he
and
still is relevant.
he still
Yeah.
he made him powerhouse. Peyton
Right.
Manning
And the
goes to Denver, and Denver
Yeah.
just automatically becomes a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
it's just
That
really
was impressive.
depends. I mean, golly.
In the NFL
Oh, man,
to do
like,
that, that's
even
impressive.
that cat, like I was the main event. And people were talking shit about it. I was like, oh
Right,
man,
the
Tom
one we
Brady
had
this,
from
Tom
the
Brady
Batman
this. Dude,
Joker.
I was like, dude, that dude can
Oh,
fucking throw fucking
oh,
toilet
yeah.
paper rolls, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave it to him.
For fucking touchdowns. I don't give a fuck. He's the greatest of all time, dude.
But
Like,
the bus I'm keeping down.
I was
Tom's
like,
great.
like I
mean,
know.
and those teams. You want to talk
Cat,
about like
like
teams?
I
golly.
I know when like the guy's like the greatest of all time. I was like, that guy could be fucking throwing fucking toilet paper rolls, dude.
Man, Little Giants.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. Here's some comments here in the.
Joe says the old NFL shows were great. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
old
It's like the
NFL.
NFL
Well, not
or
the draft,
NFL
but the-
film
the
splits.
NFL film.
Oh, hold on.
And that was,
Nadia,
by,
Nadia also said nice. I think it was referring to when I ripped on Jack. So,
Good, there you go.
Click on
I think
that,
I
I
did.
run shrimp.
but yes, the old NFL shows were great. Go ahead, Double A.
And then Jerry comes in and says Aikman, Smith, and Irving, or get out. As much as I love the Cowboys, you just can't cut it. I was there.
Yeah, of course not, dude.
Gandalf.
Like,
I love that.
That was a powerhouse team, man. Those
Jerry is
'90s
in the Fort Worth
Cowboys.
area, so he's allowed
yeah,
to root for
that
the
was-
Cowboys.
They were
He lived
powerhouse.
there.
I remember being at Boy's house and being like, man, we went to the Cowboys game.
But I mean, New England have arguably the greatest player of all time. They have maybe what's considered maybe a top 2 coach of all time, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
And I do say, look,
the
when it
teams
comes
that he
to-
built around Brady were just perfect.
Yeah.
There was a lot of seasons he didn't have a running back, but when he got a running back, there were seasons where he didn't get a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
showed then when they got him Randy Moss what he can do when
Right.
he did have a fucking elite receiver.
And that was Randy at the
Hey,
end of his
that,
career.
that's what I was
right?
going to say.
Right?
Damage good, Randy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I
not
never
prime.
known
But
that to
yeah,
have
because
a
defense,
great
he-
running back, a great wide receiver besides Randy. You know what I mean? It's like they
Yeah.
didn't really have
then
those
he
things.
gets the tight ends, but it's Aaron Hernandez who, you know, does stupid shit,
right
goes to jail. Gronk's great when he's
when
healthy.
he's not hurt. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I love Gronk, but
Golly, you know?
Long story short, Brady just unequivocally proved the GOAT with the last ring.
I mean, shit. I
Again,
fucking watch it like
longevity.
Mhm.
Now, so he got the rings, he got the stats, and he got the relevancy for his whole damn career.
Yeah.
He's doing stuff no one has done
Dude,
in all the old sport, in all the sports.
And not just
Dude,
that,
I could have fucking went to fucking UTSA and played football, and Tom Brady would have made like Super Bowl.
but you know the masterpiece that he did with Atlanta.
Oh, I mean,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
wonderful. I mean, that's,
Atlanta is celebrating. The owner comes down in the fourth quarter.
yeah.
Dumbass.
And, man, Atlanta
bullshit,
just,
dude.
I mean,
I remember
New England just,
dude.
What some people are calling the greatest Super Bowl ever of all time, that one versus
That was the
Atlanta.
worst, dude.
Unfortunately,
Giants
But
and
they-
Patriots.
but they still are usually considered
No,
one of the top. No, but even
I
that
know.
one,
Yeah,
Hey.
they're still like what usually considered one of the top Super Bowls is the
Because
Giants.
they were
one.
David Goliath.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean,
unfortunately, that reminds me of LeBron and the Spurs.
Regarding what?
What, the
When we
Giants?
were
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were celebrating, and then
yeah.
well, we weren't, but I know it's sad to say, but
Well, it
and
was
then
a
we
team
lose that
that
fucking
grew-
game.
We were up like by 20
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I remember watching that Super Bowl, and I was thinking, man, game over. And I remember we were talking shit to you, and all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck? What
Is that
happened?
it? Can I play
But of
poker
course-
now?
But of course, fucking old man, what's his name?
man
That
Brady.
quarterback from from Atlanta.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, old man Ryan fucked it all up. Yeah, choked.
Quarterback for who?
Mr. fucking big fucking contract, and he chokes.
He got a trade too, right?
If I recall,
He got traded.
I think
Yeah.
he is with the
If I
coach.
recall,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was
He said
the coach
change
of
the
channel.
Yeah,
No, I think
yeah.
that was wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Hey,
again-
if I recall, he changed the channel.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's right.
No.
But yeah, what a legacy, you know, for anyone to get drafted in New England.
Yeah.
Now you just have that huge legacy to try to still build upon. You know?
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. Looks
Give
like
me
another
some toilet
Facebook user
paper.
joined us
Hey, give me
without
some toilet paper.
without a comment.
Tissues.
Toilet paper just to blow my nose in the bathroom.
Feel free to drop your name in and then let us know. So let's give the count. Let's run it down real quick right now. So we've got Ray here that mentioned the Steelers. We've got Will that mentioned the Steelers. We've got Jack that mentioned the Steelers. Wait, Jack, did you mention the Steelers?
I did.
You did. Now we made a case for their own teams, but so far the count is 3 to then
Steelers.
Boy, who said the Patriots, and of course myself, the Patriots. So right now the count is 3 for the Steelers as the greatest franchise and 2 for the Patriots, which comes down to the one and only birthday boy, the man of the hour, the tower of power,
The man with the power.
Too sweet to be sour.
Man.
Sweet sour, and the man is 35 today and getting better every day with
Man.
age, so I gotta give kudos to that. But Double A,
Thank
I
you.
gotta hear from you, man. We all want to know here who is the greatest NFL franchise of all time.
I gotta go with the Cowboys.
Son of a bitch!
Steelers.
The only guy to
What
pick
a
is our
surprise.
fucking guy.
Well, no, I picked my
Steelers
own team
joined.
too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Kev was going to pick
When
the
you
Oilers.
go based
the Oilers.
on the impact that
This
they
guy.
have,
This guy.
America's team, the fan base around the world is
Yeah.
probably the greatest there
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
I think
You
that
Yes,
get
to
more
his
Cowboys
point.
fans. So it's almost like wrestling. Who's the best technical wrestler of all time? Luthez,
Yeah.
Ric Flair, but who's the most popular, most impactful?
Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think maybe that's the strongest case
And
I
you know
see
what?
for
Yeah.
I thought they
Cowboys.
were
And
South
also,
America's
too,
team.
I didn't want Steelers.
Man,
Thunder.
whoa,
Hey,
they
I
are.
want Steelers Thunder.
No, but also
Cowboys do have
think
the
about
greatest fan
think
club.
about who's Arizona's second favorite team.
Yeah,
The Cowboys. Every time they go to Arizona, they're fucking cheering for the Cowboys.
Mexico.
So yeah, it's crazy.
That's another
Football.
Texas Stadium Cardinals.
So
Yeah,
let's-
exactly.
Let's hear you run it
Yeah,
down,
love it.
Double A.
Let's do it.
Fucking shit.
Hall of Famers galore. You got,
Big time.
you know, what many consider one of the top 5 coaches ever, Tom Landry. 20 plus winning seasons. He had the record for most playoff wins before Bill Belichick beat him. He led the Cowboys to 5 Super Bowls. You know, won 2. The Doomsday Defense, always considered one of the greatest. And what a great name, the Doomsday Defense.
Yeah,
badass.
that's a good nickname.
Roger
Roger
Staubach,
Staubach?
you know, that kid, Captain America, you know.
Which a lot of Cowboy fans still think is the greatest Cowboy
The
quarterback.
guy who invented the Hail Mary, he goes, what were you thinking on that last play? Well, I said a Hail Mary and I just let it go.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
You know, they asked him too, you know, one time, like, you know, yeah, I have just as much sex as Joe Namath, but it's just with one woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, faithful man right there.
I like it. I dig it. I dig it.
You know,
Yeah.
Randy White, you know, Ed Utah Jones,
Which, mind
Tony
you,
Dorsett.
Danny, what's his name? Danny White. Actually,
Danny
took the
White.
Cowboys to 2 NFC championships, 3 of them
NFC
that no one talks
championships.
about.
Very nice.
Just about every team's a damn rival for this group. You know, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh
He's
Steelers,
talking about his
San Fran,
franchise team is
New
Cowboys.
York, Philadelphia hates the fucking Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
with a passion.
Oh yeah.
You know, the 80s, you know, gets a little rocky. You know,
A lot rocky, all right?
Yeah, but, you know, Landry, though,
Rocky's a great movie.
still, even in his
Which
twilight,
Hey, Landry.
drafts Michael Irvin.
Yeah, true.
You know,
Very
Jimmy
true.
Johnson, Jerry Jones comes in. You know, they trade Herschel Walker. Maybe the greatest deal in NFL history. Draft Emmitt Smith, get
Yeah.
Leon Lay,
Yeah.
Nate Newton.
You know what?
Aikman.
I love when Leon Lett did that thing on Thanksgiving. That was great.
What do you do?
He went and fucked up the game.
Yeah.
And lost the football. You fucking block it.
Hey.
He goes down there and
Well.
fucking kicks it and ends up losing the fucking game. Well,
They-
sorry, fuck.
They probably have the greatest club in history, the White
Right.
House.
Right.
That was
Put
built
some of this
on the
the
training
top.
camp.
My buddy
Sure.
makes
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. And all the jokes I love. Right? Back in the 90s.
It was the
Yeah. Back in the 90s, it was like if Leon Lett, Michael Irvin are in a car, who's driving? The cops. They're fucking jokes, right? Yeah.
The White House.
Yeah, the White House. Yeah, you know,
LT will be pissed off if he's not at the White House.
that's right, yeah.
No,
You know, I still think that's
you
one-
were right.
I still think that's one of the greatest moves in history.
The
You
White
get
House.
yourself a house
Yeah.
next to the practice field,
You don't get
so
in
you can
trouble.
party, you
Right.
don't get in trouble,
Right.
and practice is right there.
Right,
I
and you
got
walk.
it. I got it.
That's genius.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
genius.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
I gotta agree.
We're gonna get fucked up.
I never get tired of that
Yeah.
story.
What else?
I mean, I get some hoes in here
I
too.
heard that.
You
I
have
heard that.
you have what many also consider the greatest NFL player, Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, the greatest
I mean,
Russian
no one's
running back.
even close to breaking that record.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's like at
That's
18,000.
true. Yeah.
Frank Gore just retired at
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Which is
after
pretty
playing
high.
a shitload of
Right,
times.
that's playing a lot of fucking
You know,
games, Frank Gore.
You know, you got Troy Aikman, 3 Super Bowls. He's kind of in that level on his own, 3 Super
Yeah.
Bowls.
Right.
Michael Irvin, who said, you know, despite all his drug problems, Troy Aikman always said he was there. He
Yeah.
was there on practice.
Well,
he was
look,
there on time.
look,
He
we
was
all
there.
saw-
He was a Ric Flair kid.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
That's true.
I was
Give
going
him
to
that.
say this. Man, I wish I had a fucking drug problem, man. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking...
You
heard
can
it.
anytime.
You heard it. You know, you get Charles Haley.
That's
you
some
get
admission,
Ken Norton
Cotton.
Jr.,
Man.
Alvin Harper,
Yeah.
Michael Irvin,
And they end
Emmitt
up,
Smith,
and they
Troy
end
Young
up picked
goes
up
over
Deion
there.
Sanders.
Deion. The games against the San Francisco
Seriously.
49ers
Man, those were epic.
were usually always considered. Those games were usually always considered the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were.
I mean,
They were
no
fucking
offense to
epic.
Buffalo, but those games are always considered the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Take it.
exactly.
I would say this too.
I speak for the Bills
The
sometimes.
Cowboys prevented. My humble belief is they prevented the 49ers from being the greatest franchise,
Agree.
or at least the all-time winningest.
Agree.
If it wasn't for Emmett, Troy, and Irvin,
I think so too.
Yeah.
The
We would've went from
49ers would have won easily.
Probably a
80s
couple
and-
more.
2 decades.
For 5 years, 4 years, or what, 5?
But hey,
The 2, 1. So
Right.
for those 4 years, it was pretty much who was going to win
Right.
between the Cowboys and 49ers.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
they were
They
going
were
to win the
gonna
Super Bowl
win.
that year. Yeah.
If
Correct.
49ers hadn't beat the Cowboys in 94,
Candlestick, yeah.
they would have
Yeah.
been the champions.
And let's be
Right,
honest.
4
right.
years in a
Let's be
row.
honest.
Right.
During those Steve Young the era,
And if
who could beat San Francisco
That's
at San
right.
Francisco?
That's right.
And Cowboys did
Yep,
that.
That's it. Agree.
So I think they prevented each other. Now that I'm saying it, they prevented each other from.
Right.
Oh, well, in that case,
49ers
the
prevented
Vikings
them in the
guys,
80s. Cowboys prevented the 49ers in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also a team of the 90s.
Giants prevented the
Yeah.
Patriots from being.
Yeah, right. Think about it, right?
Yeah,
49ers team in the
all-time
80s, Cowboys team in the 90s.
Eli.
Right?
Two comments here. Someone says, "What's up, brothers?"
Our
They
internet.
say,
What's
up,
"Yay."
brother?
And then Cowboys, LOL. They are already out for the next season. Okay, very nice.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Thank you,
Identify
Gavin.
yourself, please. And Mom
I'm not
says,
gonna Cowboys be out
"Happy
for a
birthday,
while.
Tiger."
Yeah, there you
Not
go.
cat, but to the Tiger himself. Thanks, Mom.
Frosted Flakes,
Great, happy
Tiger.
birthday.
El Tigre! El Tigre!
Are we caught up with the internet
I think
denizens?
we're caught up with the internet denizens. I do want to say this, a little stat in favor of your squad and your pick, AA,
Oh.
is that we all live in a city that is geographically closer to Houston. We should have Oilers and Texans fans in San
Right.
Antonio. But we do not.
Oilers.
We have a bunch of fucking Cowboys fans everywhere we go, everywhere we look. And they are the most polarizing team. They're like the John Cena of the NFL. Either you love them or hate them. How many people do we know that say, I don't care who wins so long as the Cowboys lose?
But you know what? They're always the ratings.
Yep. Yeah, I was just going to say, every time they're on Monday or Sunday nights, everybody is watching that game.
The highest rated game.
I think Jay-Z's from fucking New York is a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Because they become like that
you want to see them lose.
You root for who your dad rooted for. And
you're right. And they become like that myth type thing where they're like, man, the Cowboys are playing? I got to watch the Cowboys. I don't know who the fuck the Cowboys are, but I got to watch them.
Now, real quick, though. If my dad was here, he would have been super pissed off at me. Right now,
I love your dad.
The Cowboys were worried.
I love your dad.
That guy hated the Cowboys.
He did.
Fucking passion.
He fucking hated it.
He sure did.
He didn't pick whoever was playing against the Cowboys. He picked them.
It was always fuck them, man.
Yeah.
It was hard being in the house, being the only Cowboy fan, especially with the biggest fucking Cowboy hater there was. So I've never met a Cowboy hater as big as my dad.
I still remember when he threw chunklets at the TV. And he's coming with.
Don't talk to him if they want.
I remember being scared.
Exactly.
I was hiding behind the couch.
You were like, Jacob.
Ray came over, took off that Cowboys hat. I learned this weekend.
Right,
hey, let's have a toast to me.
Yeah. Toast.
Salute, sir.
One last funny story when me and Double A here was watching a replay when the Cowboys were not contenders. Regular season, Quincy Carter, I believe.
Yeah.
Dad wakes up. Dad is eating his food even though he saw that they lost and he was happy. The replay shows them doing a big bomb and scoring. He hated seeing them succeed in anything even if they lost, right? He has a mouthful of food and Dad makes he sees them scoring and he does like he wanted to cut he wanted to cuss at them he wanted to cuss at them but he was gonna choke it.
He was like the king on the Braveheart.
He was Longshanks when William Wallace says freedom and Longshanks opens, he's like he gags and that was Dad at that moment. Me and Ken just started laughing. Even though they lost the game, just the highlight alone
he hated
was enough to make him choke.
You're showing him again?
Yeah.
So, Double A, quick question. Because you had Redskins, Giants, and your father was not a fan, how did you become a Cowboy fan?
Mom.
Your mom. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, the three males, right, older than you, but your mother's the one that made you a Cowboy fan.
Yeah. Wow. Here's a deep cut that...
Interesting.
I know you guys know, if not, y'all forgot. 1985, I was actually in the Redskins fan club and the Bears fan club because I had liked the Bears.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the 85 before they won the Super Bowl. Hey. I was on the team before they won. I well remember because I had my own membership card of both of them, the Redskins and the Chicago Bears fan club. So just a little thing there that I was a big fan of the 85 Bears. But that was but this was before they won the Super Bowl. This was this wasn't like the bandwagon jumped on the 85 team.
Some great comments here. Mom, I think she sent you like a little gift we can or emoji.
Yeah, then she said,
take it easy. Because my mom is also a Cowboys fan. Then Nadia, R.I.P. Dad. Great call, Nadia.
Yep.
Yeah,
and the Facebook user says, biggest group of degenerates.
Yeah,
that's right.
We are Generation X. That's right.
Let's get in this pick right here, guys, for the non.
For life.
We do the degenerates.
Okay, guys. So we've all made our cases.
Right.
Did any of these cases sway any of y'all?
Well, you know what? There was some interesting what some of the guys picking Pittsburgh.
We got three. I got New England.
Yeah. Say Pittsburgh.
I would say back to that one of our
buddies.
Rich, welcome, Rich. We talked about you earlier.
I would say one of the questions where they were like, okay, who's the second best? I could easily see the damn Cowboys being that because of their overall impact. 5 rings, but not just that. All-time playoff appearances, believe it or not, number 1 is Packers with 35.
I can see that. Yeah.
Cowboys is 34. Number 2.
No, man, fuck the Cowboys.
Steelers is 3. Giants is 4.
Ray says fuck the Cowboys.
I'm a Cowboys fan, but
It didn't sound like it, Ray. You said fuck the Cowboys.
They're
Cowboys fan, but
their cultural impact.
You use that.
Like, hey man, it's been like fucking.
What's up, Will?
But their cultural impact, they've been losers for 30 years. But
they're
still,
They're still got idiot fans.
Will.
This is got dumbass fans.
Eminem is a Detroit Lions fan. And he has a line in a song where he
they're
says,
still everywhere.
I'm like a star, like on that Cowboys logo.
Man, wow.
That's like,
But it's like us guys always see. Every time Cowboys on the road, there's huge Cowboy fans everywhere. It's ridiculous.
They're like the Cena, right? They're so polarizing. Like they hate them.
There's three loyal fans that you see everywhere. Cowboy fans, Raiders, and Steelers. Those three franchises have the most loyal fans that you see. Like when Raiders go on the road, there's a lot of Raider fans. Pittsburgh, even away, they have yellow towels. So I would say those three franchises have a heavy base.
Like I said, I like Troy on commentary.
It's funny.
It's
funny. Somebody like a long time ago had asked Michael Irvin. They're like, you guys won 3 Super Bowls, but you guys were never tested. He goes, of course we were never tested. We were always winning. We never needed to be tested.
Yeah, that's true. How can you be tested when you're winning?
Fucking
no, dude, like,
Rich says Cowboys LOL. He says, what's up? He says, trying to catch the show at work. Hey, we appreciate it, Rich.
Rich, real quick, if you're still here, who do you think is the greatest NFL franchise? Real quick, I know you're busy at work, but...
And we know you're a big Colts fan. We brought that up earlier. We're talking about...
And it's a great Baltimore Colts.
They got good history.
Johnny U, for a long time,
exactly,
was considered the best quarterback.
And for a lot of people, they still is.
He was a busier fan.
You know, like we talked about earlier, right? You're sometimes a fan of your dad's a fan of. You know, when I first started watching football, started liking football, my dad was into the Bills. You know, we were watching Jim Kelly and stuff. That's who we rooted for. You know, after that all fell apart, and all the fucking 4 losses and whatever, nothing was really going on with us in football, but he started to like, he wanted Elway to see Elway win one. So we started watching Elway a little bit. And then later on, it was like, we didn't really get into the Patriots until after they'd already won 3. So it was like, we started watching.
So you're not a Pats fan, really?
No, I am. They're on my Crocs, Jack. You saw on my Crocs. What do you need? You
can't be a fan. Johnny into them after 3 Super Bowls. You're a fucking bandwagon fan.
Cut this guy's mic off.
Hey, I see number 10 too. Is that
Eli?
Man, the daddy of the GOAT.
That's right. He is the daddy of the GOAT.
That's for DeRozan.
Hey, he is the daddy of the GOAT. Can't argue that.
Right? Good comeback.
Yeah.
Hey, so what does that make him to Peyton then? If he's the GOAT's daddy, but the GOAT's daddy is his brother, so is he his own uncle's father?
He probably is.
He was the afterbirth.
Because he
was the afterbirth of Eli.
Well, okay, because his brother is Peyton's Brady's bitch.
Let's ask the brothers here. Let's ask the brothers. Right. The brothers in the room here. If one guy's like, "Hey, I own your brother," and then the other guy says, "Yeah, but I own your big brother," it's kind of like
that's bait trap.
Yeah, I'm like,
we're not gonna fight.
I'm like, yeah, but I still own you, fucker. My brother's shit. I'm the better fucking Manning.
You can tell we don't have brothers.
Yeah, right, yeah. I do have fucking 4.
Isn't your brother here tonight? Welcome to his brothers.
Yeah,
apparently you're not shit.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Just to say, I would pick Eli over Peyton in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs. Playoffs, yes.
Yes.
Regular season, no.
Playoffs,
Peyton, regular season, yes. For Peyton, regular season.
I would pick Eli in the playoffs against the fucking...
That's telling the fact that Eli beat you.
But definitely Peyton regular season.
Yeah.
Rich says Cowboys.
Hey, there you
go. Huge Colts fan.
So 3-2 and 2.
In here, Pittsburgh is a big franchise. Then it's New England. Then it's the Cowboys. So
no,
in this
3-2 and 2. Oh
no, 3-2 and 1. Here, it's Pittsburgh, New England, Cowboys that we consider here.
Rich, put this question to your coworkers and see what they think. I think they're going to come back with you with the Cowboys because that just seems the way.
But again, the only reason why I argue Pittsburgh again, my argument was they kept staying relevant. Every decade. Aside from we said the 80s.
Until last year.
Right, yeah, they kept staying relevant. The Cowboys have not been relevant. Like the 49ers, The Cowboys haven't been relevant since the fucking 90s. Yeah.
Our favorite teams. Mine was the last one.
Hey, but Coach did get Matt Ryan this year, right? I think Matt Ryan. I don't think it's Trubisky. I think it's Matt Ryan that went to the Cowboys.
I think you're right.
You know what?
You know what? That's a good fit.
Exactly, because you know what? Some guys switch to a different system. Look at Trent. Stafford and that Tannehill, the one from Tennessee. But hey, Tennessee's been hot.
Yeah,
Tennessee's been hot.
Throw him.
I know. I think it could be a good move for
I think so too.
Rich, real quick, says I have a coworker watching with me, and they say
I go with Jack.
There you go.
Another Steelers.
Yeah, we said Steelers.
They just
The tips compared to the Dolphins, going to Tennessee has been a lot better.
Hey, Double your stat that you said, or that they said, winning since 03. That's like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Who put that comment? That was Joe that put that comment. That's a good about
okay, guys. So we're pretty much Steelers seems number one.
Steelers. That's what I said. Steelers.
Who's the greatest franchise to never win a Super Bowl?
Oh, never win.
Never win.
Pittsburgh, Buffalo.
I disagree.
That's a shadow of a doubt.
I disagree.
Yeah. No,
Buffalo. No. Buffalo wins that case because of the 4 in a row, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what other franchise has also lost 4 Super Bowls?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And Minnesota. Here.
No.
And Minnesota is number 5 of all-time playoff appearances. Playoff appearances,
but
they have the 5th most playoff appearances.
I was going to pick.
And another iconic franchise.
Very iconic.
But they haven't done shit. Their Super Bowls are just dispersed because they've lost in 4 Super Bowls.
Well, the Super Bowls were during Tarkenton's era.
Right.
But think about them and the Bills.
5th most time.
They're still going to the playoffs, though.
That's right.
The Bills are just starting to get their groove back.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, those creeps.
But don't you guys think for 2 reasons, though?
I mean, yeah.
Interesting.
4 in a row. It's hard to go 4 in a row.
But they've also lost 4. But they were like this. Bills, hold my beer. We've already lost 4. Bills lost their first.
Yeah, but 4 in a row though.
Okay,
but I'll tell you,
who can say they made it to the big game 4 times in a row?
The greatest franchise without a ring.
Right, that's what I mean.
But you know what? Here's 2 reasons why I think Buffalo is better. But I'll tell you why Buffalo is better.
They were good for
Minnesota.
8 years.
One, Buffalo had better teams than Minnesota. Those Super Bowl Minnesota teams.
I don't know, boy. Frank Tarkenton was a superstar.
Right. But
and their kicker invented the Nerf ball.
Hey, but here's the key one though for
fun fact.
But here's the key one for me.
I did some research.
Yeah.
Here's the key one for me though. Buffalo had a much should have won a Super Bowl, but that first one with a kick. Minnesota was never close in the Super Bowls.
Lawrence Taylor,
you know what?
The kicker
Buffalo. To me, that right there is why Buffalo is better because Buffalo should have won the first Super Bowl.
The one, because they got smashed the next 3.
No, but I'm just saying. Compared to Minnesota, they were the closest that should have won.
Hold on.
It was like he was the same guy, man.
Franchise to never win.
Right.
If we're talking about longevity,
Buffalo never really had anything, boy.
They were good for 8 years,
and they haven't really had 8
years or
after.
something.
I'm still with Boy though because they were so close and because they were
like playoff appearances.
They were close.
All-time playoff appearances.
There's something about the pain of losing the 4 in the row that makes you feel like they're the franchise.
Mainly the first one.
The greatest to never.
Mainly the first one because they should have won the first one.
I have to admit, I don't think about the Vikings. In fact, if you ask me like a trivia, have the Vikings ever won a Super Bowl? I would be like, the Vikings are an old franchise. Yeah, they probably won one. It would escape me, but I know that
the thing about Minnesota is that a lot of people forget because their first appearances, the only appearances was the 70s. Even though they came close throughout the 90s and 2000s, like Cunningham and Brett Favre.
They had great teams.
But they choked in the NFC
playoffs. We're talking about
no. I just said like why they didn't go like the modern
Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham, or Dante Culpepper.
Brett Favre too. They even had a good shot.
Those were fucking hard teams.
So what's your reasoning, why the Vikings are
because they've just been consistent
the
for a long time.
Every decade,
but not able to win a Super Bowl. But they've had really fucking good teams.
Yeah, and
really,
they've
really
appeared.
good.
How many? They appeared, right? Super Bowl, so several times.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's not a great
I'm not
argument. That's tough.
I'm not gonna say Houston because Houston's never been even close.
No, they haven't even been in Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
No, not even that.
You guys fucking break my balls all the time, right? Because I was a Buffalo fan and I switch teams, right? And I say this, fuck you. This is why. This is why I said. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. We're arguing about reasonings why.
4 losses in a row would cause anyone to go into.
Yeah, no shit.
But no. If you're putting your application on why I can switch teams, here's my application on why I can switch teams. Okay. Not only did my team lose 4 in a row, right? But my team lose 4 in a row to the fucking 3 people that I grew up with, that I spend the most time with. Their teams are the teams that beat my fucking team.
Yeah, Giants,
so if you grew up in that's like
Dallas.
double. Fuck your team losing.
Hey, but
then you lose 4 in a row, and then to your fucking essentially your 3
But you
best
already
friends
switched to
teams.
Buccaneers again.
But the thing is, though, in sports,
My Buccaneers.
hey, but the number one rule.
Sit your ass down. I'm gonna put a show on here. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
man.
but the number one rule though for sports is that you're never supposed to switch teams.
Hey,
But number one rule, though, in all sports, though, you never switch teams. That's the number one rule, though.
That is.
Internet denizens.
Only when you
What's your
felt my
take?
pain.
No.
Sorry, this guy's lost the last 2-3 Super
Yeah,
Bowls.
I've lost the last 2 Super Bowls. Last Super Bowl was in fucking '94. This man right here hasn't won a fucking Super Bowl since '93.
This is my last Super
He's
Bowl.
not fucking doing jack shit.
95.
Right. 95. Yeah, sorry, double A. 95. But
95.
you don't fucking skip on a team no matter how hard times are.
Even my current team right now, the Patriots, hasn't beat any of y'all's teams.
But it doesn't matter. How long before you switch?
You've been like sucking the Buccaneers.
Yeah, he has been sucking the Buccaneer
I thought
dick.
that was your team.
He's been sucking Buccaneer dick. Matter of fact,
He's been pretty consistent.
Hey,
with
no, hold on.
He's been saying on the podcast, I love Tom Brady, but I'm hoping New England does win.
Buccaneers sounded like you work for them.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Senator Brewster?
Look, I already sunk in too much money into Patriots. I can't afford to go be a Buccaneer.
As a matter of fact, let me show you a logo I created for this man right here. For our Zoom chat.
Jack, can you also describe it for the audio listeners?
I am. But first I'm going to show it. I'm going to show
I want to
it.
hear colors.
So, look at this logo right here. So this logo I created for...
Our poor audio listeners.
I'm about to describe it. Fuck up. All right. For CM is the Patriots logo, but instead of the blue on the helmet, it's red or orange, whatever the fuck the damn assholes are,
Buccaneers.
and it has the Bucs logo on it.
Jack, you're getting into race guys. Don't sound like race.
No, listen to me.
He's like, this
So this is what that logo is. It's basically a combination of the Bucs and the stupid ass fucking Patriots.
And how long was that my avatar in the bullet club?
It still is. It still is.
Damn right.
Because you are a Bucs fan in secret.
Internet fans, it's like when Obi-Wan sees Anakin killing the younglings and he says, "It can't be. It can't be. It can't."
Nice.
Now I tell you, maybe
it's the Tampa Bay Gruncaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I gotta tell you,
next year from the bottom.
maybe my favorite team probably can never win. Tennessee Titans. Because I was a huge fan of Steve McNair.
Yeah,
I love Steve McNair.
R.I.P.
That guy played.
It was good in the Warriors.
That guy played with fucking injuries almost
George.
every year.
Sure, good teams.
Yeah.
He got murdered.
McNair and Eddie George.
Yeah,
he did.
he did. Yeah.
But
Can't throw in Eddie George with
Eddie
him.
George.
Those two guys were good.
That's true.
they were close to winning.
They were close. They were on their way.
Guys,
What do you want?
They still got
We got
Whatever you got.
see ya.
Whatever. We'll take whatever.
You know what? Let me start
The
with
Pilsner
what-
Urkel.
You want those?
For you?
No. Give me one of those
Return.
Pilsner.
Oh,
That's not
Pilsner.
what
They're
we're gonna
Urkels.
have.
They're Urkel beers.
Yeah, double A. He's got Will. He's got something for you.
If you had a team from the Giants to go up against any other team, what Super Bowl team would it be?
What year and year?
Great question, double A.
Interesting.
Double
Great
A's bringing the
question.
heat tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I like this. The history
It's
of that
not gonna be
franchise.
It's probably going to be their 86. I mean,
86.
the regular season and the playoff was great. If we're talking about like hot streak,
If
the
you're
07
like
comes
you
to
remember
mind.
the Manning games, we'll always have like the years of the
Yeah.
like best team.
Right, best team, best years.
So
that's when Ray was
86.
a full-fledged Cowboys fan. Like beat his
Not
ass
anymore.
all the time
Yeah.
with the
You know
Bills.
what? Good question. Let's all go around it. Like
86.
our favorite
86
franchise.
Giants.
Yeah.
What's your best
Prime
franchise
LT,
team?
Prime Phil Simms. He set the accuracy record for quarterbacks. He was 22 of 25, 88%
That
passing.
Super Bowl.
LT was a terror. They had just defeated the defending champ Bears, I believe. They had to go through Montana, the Skins. I mean,
So definitely the 86 team.
Bears,
yeah.
What team of 49ers, your team, would you pick? What's your best Super Bowl team?
Come back to me. I gotta think.
All right, Charlie?
He means Google it real quick.
Redskins.
No, I'm trying to talk to my wife,
I'll
cocksucker.
go 2018, I guess. I think that's like
The last one?
The last one that we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one was pretty good.
The one with Atlanta?
Yeah, the one before when we lost to Will's Giants, whatever, was good too. But I like when we had Edelman and that crew. Gronk, I think, was healthy then, and
Okay.
it was good.
It was.
I gotta go with for me a 91 Redskins.
when they
14
won,
and
right?
2.
Against the Bills.
They had
Yeah,
everything
it was
going on
impressive.
that one.
They were deadly that year.
I
Yes, they
gotta
were.
go
Yeah.
93 Cowboys. Dude.
93?
93?
90.
Perfect. 92?
Cowboys.
92, 93.
Very nice.
Cast
Nice.
That's what
I
I went
thought
back
they
to
were
back, right?
deadlier.
I went
Yeah.
1993. That was the back
You
to
know,
back.
Back to back.
I'll
But
go
92
casual.
What was the last back to
I'll go
back?
with
The
that.
Patriots,
I'll go with
right?
that.
It was the
Cowboys.
Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Patriots.
It was Cowboys, and it was like Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then it was New England.
Denver
I think New England is the last one.
with Joe
Yeah.
Davis.
I don't think anyone else
You
has
know,
won.
interesting question.
Back to
Who
back.
do you guys think was better, Favre or Rodgers?
I
mean, what team would you
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers?
But they both only have
No.
one, right?
Yeah,
But just
but the
overall.
way I see
You know,
Brett Favre
That's the
play,
thing. Like they only have one Super Bowl.
No.
Like
But overall,
Favre had
I mean,
the
because
stats.
historic
But
franchise.
Rodgers is more like a.
Oh, so y'all are pretty unanimous, Rodgers? I think I
some
like
boy.
Favre a little bit better.
Favre would just throw it up
Oh, yeah,
a lot of
I'm
times.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Favre was less of an asshole.
Yeah.
That's why I like him.
You know, first half of Favre's
because
career, he was
Favre-
accurate.
Something about
Second half,
Mary?
he was too
Favre
crazy.
went to like he was I'll go Minnesota. Man, fuck that. I'll say Aaron Rodgers. Dude. I'll say.
Yeah, but they show him riding on that little tractor. You know, he did it. You know, there's something
Yeah,
about
put
being
his
like a
head
fuck
on, right?
you to, you know, whatever. Here we
Man,
go. Rich is saying here.
when do I get to ride on a tractor, dude? Like, man, dude, I'm fucking poor, dude. I want to ride on a fucking tractor, dude.
Rich saying, okay, that's it. We're caught up on comments here. That's good.
You know-
Jack, are you ready yet?
What 49er team you pick before
Oh,
we go to the next one?
89 team.
Already know.
49ers, I would probably say
I'm going 89, 49ers.
Jerry Rice, dude. Like, no shit.
Let me ask you
All
guys
right,
something.
89, Ray.
85 Bears.
The Bears.
They go
Go
against
Bears.
who would win
Walter Payton.
between them and the greatest show on turf.
Oof.
Oh.
I would pick Rams.
You have probably the only team that's really won just purely on offense against a team that has just
defense.
purely won on defense.
I'm going to have to go defense.
Defense
Bears.
wins championships.
They,
I'm gonna go,
they
Defense
almost always win.
So, but
85 Bears.
But Kurt Warner
Bears.
has just about as fast as a throw that Marino did, and Marino was the only guy to beat the Bears. I mean, he shredded that defense. He fucking murdered that defense. You don't think Kurt Warner would be able to do the same thing? Kurt Warner was
Yeah, but
pretty
besides
lightning fast.
Warner, yeah, but besides Warner, look at the you got to look at the rest of the,
Yeah,
the
Marshall
team.
Falk.
Yeah,
I mean, Hakeem, Torrey Holt.
Oh.
They had I forgot the tight end's name,
Yeah.
but man, that tight end was a fucking beast.
and
Dude.
they lost to the Brady team.
No,
You
but I'm
know
talking
what?
about the '99
Next year.
team when they were just like on
Yeah,
fire.
they were-
on
yeah.
fucking
You
You
fire.
know what? I'm going to go with
But
the
they
Rams
should
because
have
too many
repeated it.
weapons.
They should have.
Yeah, a lot
There's
of
too many
weapons.
weapons.
should have too.
I think
I'll go
they.
with that.
I mean, hell, look.
You're
I
saying
know.
the Rams too, though?
I said
In that
the
matchup,
defense will
I
find a
have
way
to
cap.
go maybe
Defense
the
will find a
Rams.
way cap.
Look, I know they won a Super Bowl, but
I don't know who this is.
McManus,
I don't know what it
no,
says.
Kurt
Keep my favorite
Warner.
No,
name out
he's
of your
not.
mouth.
What's that?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Oh, it's Will Smith. He's
I know.
Yeah.
Keep my.
I don't know that.
Keep my phone out of your mouth!
Hey,
Lucky.
That's your fucking
Maybe.
mind.
It's
Adam
Tondre.
Tondre, are you here?
Man,
Yeah,
Tondre Smith.
Well, Tandra, you are there.
Will
Fuck the
Smith.
suck ass.
Yeah.
Hey, but not as much as
No,
Rodgers.
it's far. It's fucking looks like it's
Rodgers.
savory.
Fuck
Favre.
Rodgers.
I don't like Rodgers being in the conversation of elite quarterbers playing now when Tom Brady's still playing.
No.
Oh, like
what?
your face.
Rodgers is a diva.
Hey, but man, how great?
He's not a lead, dude.
How great was that '99 team?
Let me put
Yeah.
my foot up to the camera.
Right?
Like,
How great was that
That
Super
team was
Bowl
good.
Yeah.
with the Tennessee?
I would
Just
say
a
right
1
now-
yard
I would say
line
right now,
that Tennessee
Rams?
had. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no debate about it, dude. I hate him, dude, but like there's no debate.
Who's that?
About Tom Brady.
Oh.
Hey, did anybody watch the movie? The movie they did about Kurt Warner?
No, I didn't see that movie.
No, I watched
if it's streaming, I'll watch it.
I'll let you guys watch it and tell me about it. I still won't watch it.
Double A said that the Bills doc that was on Disney was really great.
The Four Falls of Buffalo. That's a really great.
Why would you make a movie about Kurt Warner?
I guess because he was like
the undrafted player.
Yeah.
Played in the Euro League.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I was fucking,
Hey, somebody says, fuck you, boy.
That's that is.
That sounded really
That's you, M. Favre sucks, and Rodgers is a diva.
Hey.
And he keeps choking the playoffs like I tell you every year.
Hey, Adam, we wish you were here. Ray said in the Bullet Club,
hey,
you miss, you don't come around no more. He wants to smash into your car again. So
don't come around here no more.
No, I mean, like, I just need to bullshit, dude. Like, why the fuck was it like?
You know what? I think me and Double A said the same thing. We were like, oh, they made a Kurt Warner movie? Like,
me
it
too.
was like in the theater and out real quick.
Hey, well, it's not my fault that he's begging milk and shit. I mean, hey, his aspirations and expectations were not that back then.
His wife was.
And then they got.
Yeah, his wife was the only good thing to check out back then.
The Shazam guy to play him too. So I was like, all right, that guy.
And mind you, I didn't dig his wife having short hair either.
Oh shit! That was some Linda McMahon.
That goes up there with fucking
Linda McMahon.
The Serena, the Williams sisters. Dad. What the hell? They make a movie on him for too?
Yeah, that definitely was Adam Tondre there in the group.
Oh,
giving
shit.
his thoughts.
It is Adam.
I knew it was Tondre.
Fucking Adam.
Yeah, Adam, we're glad to see that you joined.
Adam, if you're still here,
hey,
who's the greatest franchise of all time?
Come on, Tondre, don't be biased.
He said Steelers earlier. That cocksucker.
Yeah.
Adam likes to say about those wins you were talking about, Will, from like the fucking before Super Bowl days. I said that's the same as when people say, "Oh yeah, Babe Ruth was breaking records before they let black players play the fucking sport."
Hey,
you know, I think Tondre said that the best, the team of the future is the Jaguars.
Hell,
Man.
Hey, go, Adam loves Jacksonville. Go on, Tondre, let's hear.
Come on, Tondre, where are you?
Come on.
That's Tondre. He's giving me.
Oh, I know he is.
Hey, he was posting in the restroom. Blanca said, "Hey, where are you? Hurry up and get out there."
Packers, I'm unbiased. All right.
Oh, okay.
Man, who
I'm unbiased.
is Facebook user?
Yeah, he's Facebook user.
The gloves are off now. You can see. I give Adam credit. He has been to Lambeau, so there's that. You know what I mean? But yeah, we definitely did ask that question.
Well,
but you know what, Adam? I do want to hear your opinion about Double A's other question.
Or Green Bay.
The greatest team to not win.
3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I mean, golly, that's pretty hard too.
Bart Starr,
Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, even though Elon has more in both of two of them.
And there you go. There's the case for Eli Manning.
What about quarterback who's never won one?
The
Best
best
quarterback who's ever won one. Yeah, I'm going Dan. I think it's unanimous, Dan.
Yeah.
Right?
It's cool.
You say Dan?
Of course.
Whoa, why not Fran Tarkin then?
He didn't have the
But you know what?
But he had the stats that Marino
I say
broke.
Marino's still a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah,
of all
agree.
time.
Agree.
Because man, if that guy was playing like that now,
Remember,
like
he had these records
right
all the way
now.
up until late.
Yeah.
His records were unbeatable.
Yeah, and reality is Dan Marino.
Yeah, I think that's unanimous.
He's the
That was
greatest quarterback.
Yeah, we just kind of got
to never
you
win.
real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe because we kind of like
but
him too.
you only won
Yeah,
once.
man. And then he was in.
Oh no! Wait, fuck that! I'm back. I'm back. Like
He only
Jim
won
Kelly.
once.
Man.
Jim Kelly, great.
Hey, you already said it.
Yeah, I just kept thinking about Ace Ventura.
Yeah, and I was the same. Marino wasn't Ace Ventura. We got kidnapped.
That's
So
right.
come on,
Hey, I like him a little Nicky.
man.
That's right.
You let Joe Namath throw a servo. Yeah, but Joe was already coming down here already.
Yes.
Wait, he walks up.
Oh man, Ray
Jim
said Jim Kelly.
Yeah, I said Jim Kelly's the greatest
Gotta be
quarterback in the
Marino.
world.
Yeah, I
Respect
think
to that.
Marino.
Hey, there you go. Hey,
He
there you
is
go.
a
Marino.
PF.
Hey, what about
defender.
Warren Moon? He threw like for 200,000 yards.
Yeah, he
Hey.
did.
Yeah, fuck that dude, man.
My joke was kind of classless.
Go ahead.
Man,
It's
just
okay.
say it's your
Was that a
show.
G.I. Jane joke?
And
See my wife's name. That's a fucking mouth.
You just got 10 years banned.
10 years banned on the podcast.
Willie, y'all just slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah. They got a 10-year ban on Just Enough Friday Night podcast.
You know, my joke is going to be like, man, Warren Moon, and he outlived Steve McNair.
Hey, it's true. I mean, can't argue the truth.
Last time I heard, McNair was floating in purgatory.
Damn.
Hey, McNair still has an MVP over Warren Moon.
That's true.
True.
That is true.
You know what? My next joke was bad too. Go
ahead.
And Nicole Brown.
Yeah, man.
Fuck it. This guy's to go to hell.
What's another football?
I think you're driving the bus to fucking hell for us.
Jerome Bettis.
Hey, how about RFK Stadium?
Hey man, none of us know the name of fucking Aaron Hernandez and fucking
and
shit.
Yeah, that's right. Man,
apologize.
You got killed by football player too?
Yeah, right.
That's
damn.
That's killed Irish.
Man.
Fucking hell.
Hey Jack, I was just have Charlie, but I don't live there for 10 years.
Man.
I was just have Charlie over here.
I suffer for our sins.
I'm suffering from a hangover.
Alright, Double A. It's your night, brother. We went around the room. We answered the big questions. Is there anything else that you want to
Let's
bring
keep
up?
it going with football. Greatest receivers, greatest
You
quarterback.
know what? The truth is, guys, we can move on to other things now.
Yeah, other sports.
You know, this show is about to hit 2 hours. When we talk basketball, it went
Barely?
It went 4.
I'm like, wait, we're barely at 2 hours?
Hey.
Shit, it's my first fucking beer.
Number one, we offended everybody already. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We went several times
the
in
standard
on the
length is 3 hours.
And that, and not to mention that we just mentioned all the people that got murdered.
Hey, why don't we do an update?
But we said rip. That helps, right?
Hey, why don't we do an update with NBA? We last did that, last year, 2 years ago. A lot of things have changed since.
Yeah,
so we've seen a lot of stuff pop up.
So let's just say, hey, I think Milwaukee.
Why does it sound like fucking Arnold over there or fucking Stallone?
Hey
yo, fuck you, man. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, stop trying to slap me. Why don't you slap Jack?
Come on, Stallone, get out, Stallone.
Charlie, Kent, why don't y'all ask the viewers? What do they think?
What
do they want to ask?
Yeah.
Friday Nighters, Friday Night people that are still joining us that haven't been offended and left the show yet. If you about basketball,
anything?
Well, I like that one that says "fuck you, boy."
Hey, can I propose something?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Will, by all means, as your first time on the show, as well as Ray, but by all means.
35 years ago, Ket was born.
Mm-hmm.
Movies from '87.
Oh.
Albums from '87.
All right. Hey, you know what? We've never done music.
We're turning off.
87.
We're turning a big.
Was it
fucking big turn down fucking music?
We're turning Jerome Bettis right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, everything in '87.
I'm just saying, '87 is birthday.
You know, obviously everybody put up their phones.
It was a great year for me. I was 6.
Appetite came out.
Appetite.
A
lot of people consider that still the greatest debut album of all time.
Whitesnake came out with their big one.
49ers were the champions.
Yeah. Hey, whoa! Who was a boxing champ in '87?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Michael Tyson.
Yeah.
Michael Tyson.
I didn't eat people then.
Damn it! We need the CBD ears right
now.
The
Lakers were the champs.
Oh, hey!
Before we jacket.
Showtime Lakers.
Charlie, we have a special treat though. Before we jump from football, we have Gronk here. For all the Patriot fans,
Gronk
is here.
You're number 87? What do you think?
Yep.
My name is Gronk Gronkowski. I like to get football.
Wow.
He told me a pass, I catch it. I make a touchdown.
The opinions of
Team go.
Now, Mr. Gronkowski, what happened to your lightning bow on your neck?
You know, I had to take it off because I needed to get returned, and I forgot to put it back on.
So it's a great job.
Go!
And now, yeah, they're going to come for us. And that's the equivalent of Trump doing his handshaking thing about that guy. Jesus.
No, that's just the way Gronk talks. He talks like a fucking idiot.
You know what?
Gronk talks like he has a fucking second grade fucking diploma.
Gronk's job is to catch a fucking football, which he does well, alright?
Gronk sounds like he got hit one too many fucking times in the head before he started joining football.
Hey,
don't offend the NFL Commission on fucking player wellness.
Well, they need to correct that shit.
Gronk is a bro.
Yeah.
He's
I'm a broski!
Gronk's a bro.
I'm a broski!
He's the party guy.
I would like fucking like stiff
What y'all
ass
think?
Charlie dude be like, oh, I can't fucking catch a ball.
He sounds like fucking Gronk right now. Damn!
Double A, go ahead.
87.
What do you got next? 87.
Well, since
Great
Will's
year.
here, I know we're having another chat. You boxing? Boxing?
Let's do it.
Let's do boxing.
Bring it in there.
Cat was the first one you got.
You know, we've never done a pure boxing episode. I think we've always wanted to hope to get you on, Will, when you had time to come on and do that. Obviously, Will is a new dad, so not always available, understandably. As is Jack. Congratulations, Jack, as well.
Thank you.
More recent than
More
Will,
members
Thank
of
you.
the family.
Yeah.
Yes, continuing the legacy. One day, those guys will be sitting around here having this same conversation about their dumbass dads and uncles.
Kids, give us a beer.
What would be the question though regarding boxing?
I mean, who is the most?
Okay, well let me start with this. Just the other day, I saw a clip of Joe Rogan. I know sometimes people hate him; they don't love him, but the guy is a great podcaster. And from a podcaster to a podcaster, I would love to be doing Joe Rogan's numbers. But he had a great comment, and he said that I don't remember what it was. Had not Tyson lost whatever it was he lost, that he could have easily been the greatest of all time.
Trainer.
The way that he was going, he said at that time, what was it, 86, 87?
What's that?
He was pretty much like a tour de force. You could not be stopped, Tyson, in that
Right
time.
when he lost his trainer.
Right. And so he was saying pretty much like, he would consider him, had he been kept going on that path, almost like we said, the greatest team to not ever win. Tyson potentially could have been the greatest of all time.
Could have been,
Not those things.
I agree.
Place.
If his trainer didn't die and he went to Don King, and obviously the money, fame, and all that got to
Without
him.
hearing what Rogan said,
The man's skills.
Let me get it right.
The man's skills were just outstanding. The guy was fast. He was dodging everyone. He was giving everyone body blows. He was giving everyone head blows, the uppercuts, the combinations. I mean, God, this guy was just a fucking 210 tank. 210 pound
A pure boxer. And then once that changed, he became a headhunter and got lazy.
He got lazy.
And no defense. Obviously, because Buster Douglas hit him wide open shots, which no one would have done that before Buster Douglas. So definitely the trainer. I mean, it's definitely a trainer. Don King coming in, money, success. Plus, too, he probably thought he was invincible. Nobody could knock him out. Nobody was going to last him, and that was wrong because look, he ended up fighting twice. Donovan Razor Ruddock, that pretty much took him. I think took him both fights all the way, wasn't it? Razor Ruddock. That was
but that was post Buster and with his new.
But still, it continued afterwards where, got lazy. He thought he was invincible. He could knock anybody out.
That's the problem.
That was post trainer.
That's the problem. He just lost focus. He wanted to just get the one punch and go home.
That's what happened. He neglected his the basics that made him deadly. The head movement, the bobbing and weaving.
Rashawn Tyson, right?
Killer Tyson. He was like this. He was a short heavyweight at what 5'11",
5'10",
5'11", generous,
which is
like WWE 5'11".
But for a heavyweight, he was considered shorter.
Small.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was compact. He had his chin covered.
The peekaboo defense.
And then he had the.
And that was a good defense.
He had the bob and weave going. So
that was a good defense.
What really happened, and you could see that the sloppiness when he lost to Buster. The biggest thing was he actually got hit and was swelling, and they didn't have the basic equipment, the metal little flat sheet on ice.
With a bag of cold water.
They filled a latex glove, and were putting a latex glove. You're putting that in the world heavyweight champion, a latex glove filled. So
there was a lot of downfalls.
Without knowing what Rogan said,
I'm not sure what he said.
I think everyone, a lot of the guys, Bert Sugar, the historian, one of the biggest things was the death of his trainer, Customato, who was also his father figure.
Not just that, but he lost.
He just lost focus. He became rich. Don King.
Don King was bad for him.
His entourage.
The thing it wasn't just Customato. I forget his name. He went on to go train.
Shields.
Oh, that next guy, the second number 2 guy.
Yeah, the one that
I forgot his name.
But he's the one that took over Tyson's training. It wasn't until they told him to fire him,
which was like in '87.
That's when his skills started.
He was still there when Spinks. Well, Tyson Spinks, he was still there.
But that goes hand in hand with the surroundings, though. The entourage and just the.
But Don King probably fed him a lot.
Right, but I will say this honestly about Tyson. So you look at Tyson the way he was with Don King, right? And then you look at Tyson today, man. Tyson is one of the most humble men you'll ever see.
Now,
considering, that's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm saying. Considering what he went through, now he is. It's like this guy. I mean, he was top and went fucking down. Rock bottom, and then now it's like he's a pretty humble guy. Considering, because you think about other people that were in that kind of zone he was in. A lot of them still think they're big headed. They still talk a lot of shit. Tyson is really a humble man right now,
I like that about you're right, Jack. I like that about him. I was like, shit.
I mean, there was a recent footage of him at a comedy club like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
right.
Some guy pulled a gun on him.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And he just stayed.
He's calm. Yeah, he's calm. He's just like, and then he hugs the guy.
Right. He's like,
right. I'm like, yeah. I mean, Tyson really still is the best man on the fucking planet.
You can't shoot me. I'm invincible.
Yeah, I'm invincible. We get your both getting butt off me. I'm fucking Superman.
But I think that
we talk about the CBD ears.
Yeah.
But I think Tyson with his at least 3 or 4 years in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think he would have been.
It was a 4-year reign.
I think he would have been formidable for just about any heavyweight. Purely on his defense, his chin, his speed, and his ferociousness.
You take Tyson in his prime, right? Versus today, right? Who I'm talking about today?
Oh, nobody.
No, what's his name?
Anthony Joshua.
No, the fucking the Fury guy. Fury. At their prime, both of them at their prime.
No,
who are you giving it to?
Well,
I know Fury's got the height on him, but really,
I'll just go first and say Mike Tyson.
It's going to be Tyson because Wilder has proved that he could clock him, right?
Yeah, true.
And Wilder, he's been able to knock Fury down.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, prime Mike, he was able to fight big guys. Nowhere near as skilled as Tyson, right?
Sure.
Now, what gives Tyson the benefit of doubt is that the man's not scared.
Yeah.
So he would go in there.
And he's shorter, right? So he can get in those.
Oh, he's way shorter.
Right, he can. Than Tyson Fury, and he can get in there.
No, Tyson Fury's a 6'9".
Right.
Super heavyweight.
Right.
So if anything that might save him against Tyson would be the reach.
Yeah, true.
That Tyson would have to reach higher to really clock Tyson, right?
Mm-hmm.
That in fact that was one of the in the 30s, one of the heavyweights, Primo Carnera, was 6'9". Big old muscular Italian, 6'7", 280 or just ripped.
Right.
I thought he was a fat man until I looked him on Google and I was like, he was a big Italian giant.
Yeah. Wow.
He fought one of the deadly heavyweight punchers, and this guy had. It's in the movie Cinderella Man. They did a decent job. That guy had killed 2 people with his right hand, right?
Damn.
No shit.
So this one, he fights
Bayer.
Primo, right?
Max Bayer. Yeah.
So when he fights Primo, he's clocking the hell out of this guy, and he still knocks him down like 3 or 4 times. It would have been stopped today.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they even say like, "Oh, let's say Primo's his size." By the time Bayer connected, he had to reach up.
Right.
Oh fuck.
So I think,
up thing, right?
but I think,
he gets tired out faster.
But Tyson against Fury, prime Tyson, he'd work that body, and we all see Tyson.
He beat taller guys all the time.
But nowhere near as skilled as Big. He never fought a super heavyweight with Tyson's skill, Fury's skill.
Right.
So I think it'd be interesting. I would still put my money that Tyson would connect with him, and he would get him because it just depends on how prepared Fury will be. Yeah. But Fury has proven he's not very scared.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe he might clinch, hold Tyson.
Yeah, we did see interesting things at the towards the end of Tyson's career.
Wilder will
sure.
beat any heavyweight with that second fight or the third fight they did.
I
Wilder
think
was
Jack,
in great
Jack
shape.
just wanted the billboard Tyson v. Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson.
Yeah,
He was
I'll
named
take
after,
it. Yeah.
He was named after Mike, I think.
No shit.
If I
That's
remember
interesting.
Nice. Oh, that's it. That is interesting.
But
Double A, what do you think though? We kind of talked about we're talking about Mike Tyson right now, but regarding boxing, should we go around and maybe just say like who we think the greatest of all time was? Pound for pound, not heavyweight because it's kind of
I think we're in agreement, right?
Yeah, if it's pound for pound,
Ray Robinson.
it's Sugar Ray.
I was going to say Sugar Ray.
But if it's heavyweight,
Muhammad.
I'm saying Muhammad Ali now.
I'll say Muhammad.
Just because I've seen too much footage of him now.
Yeah.
That guy is amazing to watch. He beat Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, and
The
George
most
Foreman.
feared
Yeah.
punchers, even to this day. George Foreman's record 76-5, but with like 71 or 69
It's like 68.
KOs.
Yeah.
He knocked people out with little jabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Muhammad
another thing
beat him.
with Ali, he called himself the greatest. That's why everybody else did.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's the one that coined that. So I mean,
the GOAT.
right? So you call yourself
he
that. Everybody's
backed
like,
it up.
"Oh, you're the greatest." Nobody else has done that or
But
been close
actually
to saying
seen
that
footage
shit.
though
Yeah.
of the man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a
Golly.
big bastard too,
Right. Yeah. He was.
Ali, like Man Lee.
Yeah.
I
Man.
don't know where that came from, but it sounded like Ali.
I mean,
Jack, you have a pick?
6'3".
No,
We have
I'm
15.
saying I got the same both of them. Yeah.
and seeing him in the '60s, man, that man is fast.
Yeah.
There's clips
Yeah.
of him that's just dodging people,
Right.
just like that.
How about top
like,
five
holy
heavyweights?
shit.
Don't matter whatever. Top five heavyweights. Obviously, we all say
Muhammad,
Muhammad.
Joe Lewis.
Yeah.
I have to put Lennox just after
Yeah,
seeing
I was
Lennox
thinking
live.
about Lennox.
Golly, that man was beautiful
George
to watch.
Foreman for me. George
Oh,
Foreman.
Foreman. Yeah, Foreman.
That's a tough one.
Evander,
I was going to say Holyfield. I like
that guy
Holyfield.
I like
dominated.
that cat. I like that
Yeah.
cat.
That guy was hard to knock out. In fact, I'm not even sure who even knocked him out. In his
I can't
feet.
see Foreman being there. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was hard to
I like
beat.
his grills.
He was hard to beat, even as an old man.
You know,
He
wasn't
only lost,
Holyfield like a
three-
No, his
small?
grill.
Wasn't Holyfield like small too?
Yeah.
6'1".
Remember boy had
He was
that
a former
poster
cruiserweight.
when
Yeah.
they were
I don't know,
supposed to- they were
maybe-
supposed to
maybe
fight
The
each
Rock?
other.
The real deal.
I had
The
that.
Rock?
Maybe The Rock?
I had that poster.
Don't you still have that
Marciano?
poster?
I
Marciano?
still have it somewhere.
You know,
Tyson not in the top 5?
Nah,
Yeah.
just because the whole career.
Dwayne
The whole
Johnson?
career. The whole career. See him?
You know, you guys
You
know,
know,
that
just-
that Ray actually has one of the best collectibles there is. He actually has
Oh.
the original poster of Tyson and Holyfield.
No shit.
But
They were
the
good
first
fight.
fight, but the first fight
Before he went
to jail.
Yeah.
No shit.
Bud Light or
I have it,
Budweiser.
yeah.
I remember I loved, and I've told Double A this before on the show, Will, and it's cool to have you here now to talk about it, but I thought that the promotion for when Tyson was going to fight Lewis was so badass because they highlighted the letters. It was Tyson Lewis is on, but they highlighted like the IS in Lewis and the ON in Tyson. I was like, man, that's such
That's
a great
clever.
promotional aspect.
I
Like,
don't know who it is, but Facebook user said Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson.
There you go.
Yep.
So, quick fact was Sugar Ray. I believe at one point the man's record
The
was
original Sugar Ray.
Ray Robinson. I think at one point his record was 129 wins, 1 loss, and some absurd amount of knockouts. And his 1 loss was like a real battle. This dude was phenomenal. His skills was like Matrix type. He remains one of the few men, I believe, to knock people out while he was backpedaling.
Going backwards.
Yeah.
So the significance of that is when you're trying to throw a punch, how many of you are, or just let's make things simple. When we're hitting a piñata, how many of us hit a piñata while we're going
Backing
backwards?
away.
Yeah, true.
You're actually
So,
losing momentum.
Think about just doing a punch like that in a competitive ring to be able to knock a man out with arm strength, pretty much. His precision, his accuracy, his chin, his speed. There's nothing we could say that the historians haven't already said with the guy.
I mean,
What was the record again?
Oh, at the
'Cause
finish, he has over 100 knockouts.
Yeah.
He's like one of the few guys that have over like 100.
he might have.
He has like 19 losses, but they're like at the
old-time.
majority of his.
He needed money with
Yeah.
IRS.
And they called him the Brown Bomber, right? Was
No,
his-
no.
his-
That's Joe Louis.
Sugar.
Oh, okay.
Sugar.
Ah,
Sugar
gotcha.
Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, But I mean, hey, we've seen so many great fights. We've seen Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, the Gotti War trilogy.
Yeah.
We've seen Felix Trinidad. We've seen Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, golly,
Yeah.
Some great ones, man. Definitely some great ones.
Cesar Chavez.
Prince Nassim.
Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez.
Yep, absolutely. Those are some all great ones, man. Felix Trinidad.
Felix.
Too many, man. Too many. We got to get you back on, Will. We
De
got
La
to
Hoya.
coax you back on for a
Rican.
pure boxing episode. Sit around and chop it up.
Nadia, if you're still watching, give me permission.
Over the various weight classes for sure.
And then, we didn't even really say, but Larry Holmes. I mean, God,
Oh, yeah.
he needs to be in that top 10.
Yeah.
The guy who dominated the first half of the 80s before Tyson took over.
Any champion that was a champ for 7 years, and then even when he fought a prime killer Mike Tyson, he lasted 4 rounds, I think.
Which was crazy.
But no one expected because he was already over the hill at 37, 36. But he had no. They were like, yeah, he was intimidated, but he wasn't. He was a step slower. He was grappling him. He was, trying to do his stuff. It's just
even Tyson said in an interview,
right
after the fight, he goes, "If I fought him in his prime, I would have lasted."
He was
long."
slick.
That's interesting. Yeah. Wow. It's great. It's great. Double A, on the night of your birth 35 years ago, is there anything else you'd like to touch on?
No, this was fine.
Go over?
No, this was fine. I just wanted to see, since we had everyone here, our different likes of the franchises, just to see who would come on top. I was surprised. I didn't think the Steelers was going to be.
Okay, so question for you, Double A. Who did you think was going to be the top choice?
I thought you guys were going to say your own franchise.
I was going to just be house divided.
I didn't know it was going to be a
If you asked
Steeler.
me before the show, I would have said the same thing. I said, we're just going to all have a fucking pissing contest.
I didn't know it was going to be Steelers.
This is where I think we were like, you know what? I'm going to look past my franchise and actually pick the team I think is best. Not like you two cocksuckers who said,
Well, I
my
really
team's
do
the best.
believe.
Well, no, Jack, you said I'm a Bills
No,
fan,
no,
so I
wait.
went for the Patriots.
Yes, he did say that.
I went outside the bar.
Fair point.
Thank you, boy. Thank you for having my back.
Fair point.
Hey, man, I got to say, it's been a real treat tonight to have this collection of people together. Never before on this show, just another Friday night. Literally, guys, you're watching a room full of people that grew up together, playing fucking Madden 93 together. Guys that are now, not Double A, but the rest of us are in our fucking 40s, right?
Not me.
I mean, so
I can't.
Not yet.
Right,
You are this year.
At the door.
Well, so far they're still in their 30s. Even this guy.
So it's
For
been
a couple months.
It's been really, really special for us all to be together, hang out, drink beer, talk on this podcast that Double A and I started 2 years ago.
Nice.
I didn't realize how close it was to your birthday, almost around the time of your birthday, which also makes it significant. So, Double A, we've toasted many a time tonight, but I think that one more time is due.
Let me get a refill and then I'm going to toast.
To these guys, but to Double A, Adamantium Adam, the man some people call him Cat, or as my mom said, Tiger tonight. 35th birthday, my brother, my podcast partner, and my friend.
I was happy to spend it tonight here.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy birthday, bud! Love you!
Birthday, love you, special moment.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Before we do, I'm going to say what I say at the end of every show, and that is to, as Double A and I coined many years, not many,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
It's many more.
Always out there, didn't I always think?
Same bad time.
Same bad time, same bad channel. Guys, if you have something that you want to do, a dream, a hope, seize the day, guys. Do it now. And if you know that it's going to take some challenges to go through in order to get it done, do whatever it takes. But instead of ending on that, we're going to end on this instead, guys. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Double A. Happy birthday to you. And many